American Exchange Bank, right here in Lindsay, is a locally owned and operated community bank that believes in just that, you, a community of fellow Leopards. We love our customers. We feel very grateful for each one. So if you are looking for a safe place to put your money, need help achieving that next dream project, or are simply looking for a different banking experience, give us a call at 405-756-3101. We look forward to serving you each day. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Craving a taste of authentic Mexico right here in town? Head over to Casa 13. Dive into a variety of salsas, from zesty and mild to bold and spicy. Order to go and settle in for all your Leopard action at home. And don't forget the drinks. Or come in and catch the Friday night football games live and curb your hunger. Late night watching Leopard football? Let us cook breakfast for you. Now serving breakfast Saturdays and Sundays. Come see us at 110 Southeast 4th Street. Go Leopards! Looking for your next adventure? Head to Morris Motorsports in Chickasha. We carry top brands like Polaris, Can-Am, Kawasaki, and Honda. Plus, we offer a full-service and parts department. Whether it's ATVs, side-by-sides, motorcycles, or accessories, we've got what you're looking for. Visit morrismotorsports.com or give us a call at 405-224-6113. At Morris Motorsports, we don't just sell machines, we sell fun.
For all your construction needs, give Brad Taylor a call with B&S Construction at 1-405-428-0039. B&S Construction specializes in concrete pads, sidewalks, and metal buildings of all sizes. Call Brad today for a free estimate. The crew at B&S Construction would like to wish the Leopards a safe and successful season. Go Lindsay! For all your oil-filled electrical needs, call Michael Sharrock with SOS Electrical. SOS is a family-owned business that specializes in oil-filled, industrial, and commercial electrical construction and maintenance. No job is too big, no job is too small. Give SOS a call at 1-405-428-1944 today. Good luck, Leopards!
This is Dr. Matt Shelton with Lindsay Family Dentistry. I'm a 1997 graduate of Lindsay High School and have been practicing dentistry in Lindsay since 2006. We welcome you to come to our dental practice so we can help you and your family with all your dental needs. We offer dental services for everyone at every age, from braces to aligners to crowns, bridges, dentures, and implants. Give us a call today at 405-756-4093 or stop by at 102 Southwest 7th Street and let us give you the healthy, beautiful smile you've always dreamed of.
The team at Streamline Services contributes a great deal of their success to hard work, experience, and above all, a positive health and safety protocol. There is every reason they should be your next phone call for any of your oil and gas swabbing needs. Give Austin Smith a call today at 1-405-756-7763 to see how Streamline Services can help with your project while ensuring safety and professionalism without sacrificing quality work being done. Everyone at Streamline Services wishes the best of luck to everyone at Lindsay Public Schools this year. Go Leopards.
Tonight's broadcast of Lindsay Leopard Football brought to you in part by the Super C-Mart, your hometown grocery store, offering everything you need to feed the family, including fresh produce and choice meats. Good luck to the Lindsay Leopard football team from your fans at the Super C-Mart.
For over 68 years, Winans Funeral Home in Maysville, Oklahoma, has been serving families in the area during their greatest time of need, the loss of a loved one. We treat each family as if they were our own and consider it a true calling to minister to each and every family that calls upon us. We don't take caring for your loved one and your family lightly. Your care is important to us. Call on us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, where our staff can assist your family with immediate need with the loss of a loved one, pre-need arrangement planning, pre-need burial insurance, along with questions regarding funeral burial trust accounts, Veterans Administration, and Social Security benefits questions. Myself, John W. Williams, Teresa, and Claudia are well experienced in these areas and will be more than happy to assist you in any way we can. Winans Funeral Home in Maysville, where you are family.
Are you tired of doing laundry? Give Sunshine Suds a call and let them do it for you. Sunshine Suds will wash and fold your clothes, and they also offer dry cleaning. Sunshine Suds also does quilting and alterations. Load up that laundry basket and head to Sunshine Suds, located at 107 Southwest 2nd Street in Lindsay, Oklahoma, or give them a call at 405-756-2850.
If you need local trash pickup with quality service at a fair price, call Red Dirt Waste Services today at 580-432-5697. Red Dirt Waste Services is locally owned and operated, offering household, residential, and light commercial trash pickup in Lindsay and surrounding areas, including Ellick, Bradley, Bray Doyle, Cox City, Elmore City, and Foster. Red Dirt Waste Services does household cleanouts too, and they offer 96-gallon poly carts and dumpsters. Bagged, loose, or heavy items, doesn't matter, they'll come get it. Red Dirt Waste Services even offers valet service, so you don't even have to take your trash to the curb. Schedule your weekly pickup today by calling 580-432-5697. Stop paying more than you have to for quality, dependable, and locally owned trash pickup. Call Red Dirt Waste Services at 580-432-5697. That's 580-432-5697.
El Unico Taco Truck is ready to curb your hunger. The traveling taco truck has locations in Lindsay and Blanchard and is available for catering services. You can contact El Unico to book your next event at 405-760-0821. El Unico enjoys supporting all of our Leopards with their Taco Tuesdays. Reach out to El Unico for your next event. Legacy Roofing is a family-owned and operated business that serves Lindsay, Oklahoma and surrounding areas. We specialize in getting your home back to its best, whether it be annual wear and tear or storm damage. We don't just fix roofs, we take care of your home. Legacy Roofing, family-owned, community-focused, and always here for you. Call us today for a free estimate at 405-756-8855 and let us protect your home with the care it deserves.
Capturing all your special moments is such a blessing to me, from running down the ball field to walking down the aisle. Call or text Photography Blessings by Lacey for all your photography needs. 405-428-0305. Go Leopards and Leopardettes.
Life is loud, chaotic, hilarious, and occasionally peaceful. Your life fits you, so why settle for life insurance that fits someone else? At Shelter Insurance, our local agents help you design a personal protection plan backed by award-winning customer service. We're your shield. We're your shelter. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Find the award-winning service you need with Caleb Smith in Lindsay.
T&W Tire is a family-owned, full-service commercial tire company. As a leader in auto repair, T&W is more than just tires. Our highly qualified mechanics can get you back on the road no matter what you drive. We also specialize in serving the tire needs of commercial fleets, oil and gas, construction equipment, and a variety of industrial applications. So for your automotive needs, look no further than T&W Tire, located at 410 Southeast 4th in Lindsay, Oklahoma, or look up one of our many locations on tnwtire.com.
Asher Oilfield Services. Success starts here. We have decades of experience and consistently exceed our customers' expectations. Contact us for all your flowback needs. Check us out on the web at asheroilfield.com.
Looking for top quality concrete that gets the job done right? At Jerry Tucker Cementing, we provide premium, ready-mix concrete for any project, big or small. Our concrete is mixed to perfection, ensuring strength, durability, and a flawless finish every time. Whether you're a contractor or a DIYer, our concrete is the solid choice you can trust.
Too hot to mow? Too busy to mow? Don't sweat it. Grow and Behold Landscaping meets all your professional lawn care needs for residential and commercial properties. Licensed, insured, always dependable. Whether it's residential mowing and pest control or commercial landscaping, when it grows up, we show up. Call Grow and Behold Landscaping now for your free quote at 405-926-1492. Mention KBLP for a 5% discount on your first service.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Lindsay Leopard Football Coaches Show, brought to you by American Exchange Bank of Lindsay. This week is week 5 of the Oklahoma high school football season. I want to thank you for being here on KBLPlive this evening. If you're joining us over the radio on FM 105.1, we want to thank you for tuning in. I'm your host, Andrew Lyon, replacing your usual host, Glenn Shoemake. Unfortunately, Glenn is unable to host the show this week. So hopefully this will be a one-time shot with me as your host, and we'll have Glenn back. I'm delighted to be here once again with Coach Sam Hembry, and we appreciate him taking time from his busy schedule to talk with us this evening. Coach, thank you.
You're welcome.
So I'll just jump right into it, Coach. We're approaching the midpoint of this 2025 season. The Leopards are 3-1 now. With a close win over our intra-county rival, Pauls Valley, to start the season, followed by decisive wins over both Purcell and Atoka. Those were big wins. Then, of course, last week, the loss to Marlowe in a heartbreaker here at home. With those in mind, I just want to ask you, how do you feel right now at this point in the season with the state of the ball team overall?
I feel really good. In my opinion, it's a tough schedule to play. It's 2 quality 3A opponents, and then Atoka always plays hard, and then obviously opening the district with a team the caliber of Marlowe is always tough and a battle for anybody. But really pleased where we're at. I feel like we're getting better every week. And we're kind of solidifying positions and depth and knowing where we're at. And
sure.
And then some of our young guys are starting to kind of come out of their shell. So it's a really exciting stretch of the season right here that we're getting ready to go into.
Yeah, absolutely. And I would, not that my opinion matters a whole lot, but as a spectator and as an old Leopard myself, I'd agree. You guys have been playing really good ball. We'll talk a little bit more about the Marlowe game as we go on through the show this evening. But we've played some very good ball early on. I mentioned those decisive wins over particularly Purcell, one that I think even you coaches probably was a little bit of a question mark for you and a little bit of a gauge as to how we're looking. Purcell a little bit down this year, it seems. But you go in there, you take care of business, and you control that game from start to finish. Do the same against Atoka. And we all know as players, a game like Atoka where you're expected to win, sometimes those are the games where you don't come out and give your best performance. And so I always feel like it's a gauge where you're at focus-wise, discipline-wise, if you go in a game like that where maybe your head's not in it quite as much as a Marlowe or a Purcell even, and do your job and do things right.
Yeah, I think it's a testament to our guys and their maturity. It's really hard because our kids they know the big games. They know
sure.
what kind of the weight that each game carries, even though you try to preach at them that it's no different. But it is, and that's the reality of it. And I think it's a sign and a testament to those guys' maturity of just going out and playing good ball and taking care of business. And you've seen the penalties start to decline. And so it's really excited. Obviously a tough one this week, but, we're just on the road. So, we're going to have to continue that if we're going to keep at this pace. So.
Sure. So going back to the Marlowe game last week, that's a team that I think everyone probably in the state believes is a top 5 program, perhaps a top 2 or 3 program, maybe the top program right now in 2A1. But it looked to me like, especially in the first half of the game last week, the Leopards played really good, tough football against a really tough opponent. And from the spectators' perspective, it appeared that we were giving those Outlaws a very hard time and played a real physical football game. And frankly, one in which I feel like, from our perspective, the score didn't accurately reflect how that game was going. So after having an opportunity to look at film, to reflect on that game, what did you see from that game that you liked or you disliked about the way we performed? And maybe you can even throw in what some of the things you feel like we should clean up, or some things that we can build on from that morning game.
Yeah, really proud of our kids. You know, they haven't had any success against Marlowe, and typically it's they jump on us quick, and hats off to them. I mean, they're like you said, they're a storied program. They're a program that just, I think it's just consistency, and I think that speaks to that community and those coaches and how well of a job they do. But as far as the game goes, I was very pleased, especially to halftime, of how we played. I thought my assistant coaches had a really good plan in place. We had some turnovers early that really made it tough to flip field position. And in those games, field position is critical, where it's going to be kind of a back and forth. And I thought our kids executed really, really well early. And people can chalk this up to excuse, a cop out, whatever, but we just don't have the depth to go with a team like that for 4 quarters right now. I think we're developing that depth. I think it's there. It's just young. And so super proud of our kids. They were, the one thing I do know is we're physical and we play really, really hard. And I think as the game went on and the score got further and further away, our physicality stayed the same and our effort stayed the same. And what our message to the kids was this week is our discipline slipped. We tried to start doing too much, which opened up bigger windows for them. And so just trusting the process and knowing, trying to get the kids to understand that when we got a team like we've got right now, we're going to be in those games again. And fatigue and hurt and all these things kind of pick at effort, which didn't affect us, but the discipline side did. And so just focusing on just sometimes effort, you got to have it to win big games. But sometimes it can be too much of a thing because you start trying to do too much. And I think that's what we did. And so anyway, but it was a good week of practice. I think the kids understood that. I think they understand they got big games coming. One this week, it's a must win as far as playoff standings and how all that goes. And so I think they're excited to kind of get out there and get that taste out of their mouth and go play another 4 quarters.
Good. Well, you actually read my mind right there, because I was going to ask you about, after we mentioned the early success that you had, the clear victor in those games prior to last week at Marlowe, where you controlled the game for 4 quarters, and then you go and you drop one to Marlowe. Although we all know that's a tough team, you still want to win that football game. And my question was going to be to you, what has been the response of the players this week in practice to that loss? It's going to take a little bit of wind out of your sails after you've been riding high for a few weeks. But I've been genuinely curious how those guys take that loss, how they view it. Do they get back to business? Are they those kind of guys, or are they the kind of guys that lets that bug them?
Anymore, I think kids are so dang resilient in this microwave world we live in. They bounce back pretty quick, and so obviously. Obviously meetings Monday and film was not fun at times, but there's a lot of good stuff there too. And so it wasn't like it was a, baby out with the bathwater type deal. We just go get better. That's all we can do. And so we're excited to go play this week.
Well, good. And I as a former player, I like to hear those things. All of us, whenever we've been on a high for a little while, and you get kicked around a little bit, and some guys can get the attitude of, well, this season's all messed up now. It ain't worth playing. But I hope those guys understand that that's not the case. There's a lot of good football to be played, and we won't talk about it. We'll put this off to another week. But you got another big opponent down the road I think I mentioned to you this weekend that if we keep playing physical football like that, good things are going to happen down the road. And you've got that Washington game way a long ways away from now to talk about, but we got a lot of business to take care of between now and then, so I won't jump that far ahead. But anyway, I certainly don't think the Leopards had anything to hang their heads about last week with the loss. And again, I think good things are happening. It seems like the kids have good attitudes. What I like to see is a lot of grit the other night, and that's something that I was anticipating being revealed last Friday night, was what kind of grit do we have, because I knew it would take some. It would take a lot of it, and I saw a lot of it. So from my perspective, it's been a pleasure to see that, and I do expect good things going forward. So let's go ahead and move on now. Let's talk about this week. For those watching this coaches show, that will be here in just a little while, just a few minutes from now. But so the Leopards go on the road against the Dickson Comets this week. Dickson comes into this game 2-2 with a pair of decisive wins over a 1-3 Colgate, over Medill, who is 0-4 on their season, I believe. And they followed that up with a close loss to Hugo, which that game was Hugo's first win of the season. Then the Comets go to Washington last week, and they drop a big one there, 52-6, to the number 2 team in the state. No big surprise there. But Coach, with the body of work that you see from Dickson, in my opinion, probably a little bit lackluster for them, and with our early successes, the way the Leopards have been playing, I'm going to assume you like your chances in this game. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, it's a tough matchup. You know, they've acquired some guys through the transfer portal. Okay. And so it's not the same Dickson team we saw last year, and they're really, really big up front. They've got a really good quarterback. The rumor is, and you know how that goes, he transferred in from Medill, and then a receiver or two from Ardmore. So they're explosive, which makes them scary. And then, you know, nothing out of the ordinary defensively, nothing that we haven't seen. But they show flashes of being able to score really, really quick, and then create some turnovers defensively. So, I think if we go play well and we play tough, I do like our chances, you know, but it's also one of those that, as explosive as they are and their sound and everything, you know, new head coach, and he's done a really good job with them. Everything they're doing is sound and tough, and does a good job of getting numbers and creating space. So I think we'll be okay, but we've got to go play well. It's not a walk in the park, so to speak.
Okay, fair enough. So again, we're traveling down to Dickson this week, and this comes after a game at home, a bye week, a game at home. So now it's been literally a month since the boys have climbed on a bus to go play a football game. How much of a factor does just that play in this game, having played at home so long, been off, and just haven't had to travel?
It will be different for them, especially none of these boys have been to Dickson. You know, last time I believe that they were in our district was 18, maybe, or that we made the trip to Dickson. So it'll be a new environment, you know, and I'm curious, because this is a good little sneak peek of possibly a playoff type deal where we're on the road for a little ways. Mm-hmm. And then, so it'll be interesting to see how we respond. But I kind of like the unknown for them. It'll put them on edge a little bit, I hope.
Yeah, I think that's a good way of looking at that. I know we're all looking forward to going down there. I haven't actually been down to Dickson myself, so we'll see how that goes. But I can tell you, I remember, I hate to reminisce too much, but I always have to a little bit. But I remember those games where you're going in a little bit into the unknown, unlike a Purcell or somebody you play year after year. Right. You don't quite know what to expect, and you're right. You got a little edge.
Yeah.
Your hair's standing up on your neck a little bit, and I feel like that'll kind of drive a kid to go get after it, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So once again, Coach, midway through the season, we've played a lot of hard football. The boys have put a lot of miles on their legs thus far, and coming out of a tough game there at home against Marlowe. You can elaborate on this as much or a little as you'd like to, but I'd like to get a sense from you about player health. We always expect some guys to get banged up. We know Keegan Gibson went out early in that Pauls Valley game. But I feel like we've had pretty good luck injury-wise so far. But can you speak on how the health of the team is overall at this point?
Yeah, I told them right before the first day of pads, giving them that speech, I said, today is as healthy as you will be for the next, 15 weeks. So get used to it. But our kids are tough. And we've got one that will be out this week. Crew Flood will be out this week. It's more of a precautionary thing. And the biggest reason is Crew Flood knows one speed, and it is 110%. And we're gonna just precautionary. I think he'll be back I think he'll practice Monday. Obviously it's a big blow to us, both sides of the ball. But it's one of those deals where it's just the error on the side of caution a little bit. Outside of Crew, we're banged up, bumps and bruises, some swollen ankles here and there, but they're ready to go. And as far as Keegan Gibson goes, we should get him back next week.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah, so we're excited to get him back, and obviously, we're kind of a next man up mentality, and 16's hard to replace. His leadership and his physicality, and he just got a knack for finding the football. But those kids rallied around him this week, and he's feeling better every day. So I really think you'd need. I don't know what you'd need to keep him off the field for next week, but it'd be a lot. So.
Well, good. I'm glad to hear. That's really the extent of it right now, and I'm happy to hear absolutely that we expect Keegan to be back. Always tough with knees. You never really know how long it's going to take to heal those. So happy to hear that he's going to be able to get back in there, and hopefully he'll be back to 100% pretty soon. I'm sure he'll have to ease into it to some degree. But Coach, that's really all I have tonight. I think we hit the key points that I wanted to hear this evening. Is there anything else you want to add?
Oh, shout out to our Lady Leopards regional champs today, and Coach Williams just done a phenomenal job. And man, those girls are fun to watch. I don't get over there much because we're playing at the same time a lot, but shout out to those ladies for accomplishing all they have this year, and wish them the best of luck. And then shout out to Gleno. You're not as pretty as he is. So that's been the biggest upset so far with him not being here. But other than that, man,
I can't disagree with
that. He got more hair, though. So there's that. But now we miss him and praying for him and just wishing the best. And I don't know, we're ready to get on the bus, go to Dickson. So
well, and hey, and I want to reiterate and agree with what you said about the softball program. I actually just saw the Flood family at dinner before we started this, and got to talk to Miss Reese a little bit. Yeah. I know she's amped up, ready for a super regional, which I understand that Lindsay will be hosting. So
I don't know when the rankings come out, but they should. Yeah.
Yeah. So if that is indeed the case, folks that are watching this stream, get ready for some softball, and come right on down to Brock Jackson Field and watch those girls play. I know we're all excited. I know they're excited, and man, it's been a good run for softball the last 3 or 4 years. It's been really exciting. All right, well, Coach, we certainly want to wish you luck this week in Dickson and on the rest of your season. I also want to thank you very much for always being willing to give up some of your valuable time to work with us here at KBLP. We're fans of yours. We're fans of Lindsay. We're fans of the school, and it's been our great pleasure to be able to cover these things in this capacity. And I can tell you, coming off the Burford Field 20 some odd years ago, I really never figured I'd be sitting here doing what I'm doing. We're up in that.
Well, you do a good job.
It's been really fun and our pleasure to get to do that. So we thank you for allowing us to do it.
You bet.
So stay tuned for the pregame show with the voice of Leopard Sports, Greg Peary, with a little help from our friend and former head football coach John Inman again, calling the color. JD won't be with us once again with due to injury. We have injuries in the live streaming game too, Coach. But it'll be again Greg and John on the call tonight. Kickoff at 7:00 sharp at Dickson, and you can find all the action right here on KBLPlive and on your radio dial at FM 105.1. This has been the Lindsay Leopard Football Coaches Show, sponsored by the American Exchange Bank of Lindsay. Thank you for watching, and go Leopards. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Lindsay Leopard Football Coaches Show, brought to you by American.
This is Paul Bean, pastor of Calvary Baptist Church, inviting you and your family to join us this Sunday for worship. Bible study classes begin at 9:30 a.m. and worship follows at 10:45 a.m. You're also invited to join us on Wednesday nights for our Wednesday night meal at 5:15 p.m. with classes following at 6 p.m. Come and join us and discover what God is doing at Calvary. We are located at 410 West Chickasaw. You can also visit us on the web at cbclindsay.com.
Tonight's football broadcast is brought to you in part by the City of Lindsay, proud supporters of Lindsay Leopard football and events at cityoflindsay.com, which now offers easy online bill pay. Good luck to the Leopards this football season from the City of Lindsay.
At Rural Electric Cooperative, we're committed to providing electric power and opportunity to the many areas our members call home. That includes supporting youth programs that teach life skills and build character. With REC, you're more than a customer, you're a member owner. And that's why we're always working hard to provide you with the most dependable electric power possible. As a Touchstone Energy Cooperative, REC is dedicated to providing the best service possible and supporting the communities in our service area.
Hey, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Dickson, Oklahoma. Dickson High School as we get set for week number 5 of the high school football season, and the Lindsay Leopards are on the road tonight to take on the Dickson Comets in their second district game of the season. Leopards coming in 3-1 on the season and 0-1 in district play, and the Dickson Comets are 2-2 on the season. They are also 0-1 in district play. We'll talk a little more about those losses coming up here in a minute. First of all, my name is Greg Peary. Glad you joined us for this broadcast of the Lindsay Leopard football here on KBLP Live. And we are honored tonight to once again have the high school principal from Lindsay High School, former head coach for the Lindsay Leopards, John Inman, joining us as our color commentator tonight. And John, thanks for being up here and helping us again tonight.
You bet, absolutely. I always like to take advantage of the opportunities to come up here and talk some football.
Yeah, we like it when you do, too. So, again, Andrew Lyon on the live stream tonight. JD still recovering from that arm surgery from last week, and we're praying that he continues to recover well, says he's doing good. And so we're very thankful for that. So hopefully JD will be back with us maybe next week. We'll see how JD's doing when we get ready to do homecoming next week. Back at Burford Field against the Lexington Bulldogs. But tonight we're on the road. Andrew is on the live stream. Kevin Scruggs over on the camera. And me and John Inman are going to talk a little Lindsay Leopard football. And Jason Wallenberg, of course, is at our studios back in Lindsay. I also want to say, before I go any further, because I always fail to mention a couple of team members that are in behind the scenes that do so much good. And number one is Paige Sutherland, who does so much with our graphics and our commercials and our hype videos and things that she does for us here. So a big thank you to Paige and all the work that she does behind the scenes. And hey, we're fixing to do the national anthem here. While we do that, say a prayer for Glenn Shoemake. Glenn in the hospital, and he's a big part of this club, and we certainly want to send our prayers out to him and the family. So we'll do that. We'll go with the national anthem. We'll come back right after this on KBLP Live.
For all your tax services, contact Grant and Katie Johnson, CPA. Grant and Katie are certified public accountants that provide full-service accounting, bookkeeping, payroll, and tax services. With 2 offices, one located at 600 Southeast 4th Street in Lindsay, Oklahoma, and another at 313 North Walnut in Pauls Valley, Grant and Katie are ready to meet your CPA needs. Give Grant or Katie a call at 405-238-2727 and set up your appointment today.
Tonight's broadcast of Lindsay Leopard football brought to you in part by the Super C Mart, your hometown grocery store, offering everything you need to feed the family, including fresh produce and choice meats. Good luck to the Lindsay Leopard football team from your fans at the Super C Mart.
Capturing all your special moments is such a blessing to me, from running down the ball field to walking down the aisle. Call or text Photography Blessings by Lacey for all your photography needs. 405-428-0305. Go Leopards and Leopardettes.
Welcome back to Dickson High School. Greg Peary, John Inman here as we get ready to pick up week 5 of the football season. The Lindsay Leopards on the road to take on the Dickson Comets. And John, I guess, first of all, we've got to go back and talk about last week's game against, of course, a top 5 ranked Marlowe Outlaw team that is always good. Heard Coach Embry talk about it in the coaches show. A very storied program. Every year, year after year, they're an excellent ball club. And I guess it's the luck of the draw, but you get them your first district game of the season, and they hand you a 40-12 loss.
Absolutely. Do we in fact have to go back and talk about that?
We don't have to. No. we could skip right on to talk about Dickson if we wanted to.
Yeah, I'm still a little bit bitter about last week, and I'll tell you why. And it's not because obviously rooting for the Leopards and would like to see us come out on top and play a closer game than that. But I'm still a little bit aggravated because we were knocking on the doorstep of that being an absolute four-quarter dogfight. And I know Coach Embry has probably been feeling a lot of the same things this week, but there's a lot of good, positive things that came out of that relative to our football team and their identity and their confidence. There should, what should have served to boost their confidence in that if they can go through and correct some of the mistakes that they had last week, they're going to be a really, really tough opponent for anybody else that they're going to face for the rest of the year.
I agree. We saw some really good things, saw some bad things happen. I mean, the very first possession, you fumble the ball to Marlowe inside your own 20, let them have a score from that. And then you turn around the next possession and throw them an interception on your side of the 50. So you handed them the ball twice on your side of the 50. They only get one score out of it. And then you give up the one pass play, right? The very last play of the first half gives up a long pass play for a touchdown. Other than that, it's a 6-0 game at halftime. And you and I talked about it at half, that the Leopards were just playing lights out. And then the second half kind of went the way it goes. And you kind of heard Coach Embry mention in the coaches show that a lot of that has to do with depth. 4 quarters playing a team like that with depth. He feels like it's there. It's being developed. We're not quite there yet, but so many positive things happen in that game that I think that really can carry into this.
If you need local trash pickup with quality service at a fair price, call Red Dirt Waste Services today at 580-432.
Certainly made mistakes, and those things have to be corrected, but they kept chipping away, but it's like as they would continue to chip away, the mountain kept getting bigger and bigger, and at some point in time, you're going to become frustrated with that, and it's just going to feel like you're overwhelmed with it, and I really feel like that's as it got away from us a little bit in the second half, that it was probably some of that reality setting in that, we're not going to be able to overcome this obstacle, but certainly doesn't take away or diminish any of the effort that they put into that battle and the fight that they put themselves in. We just have to be cleaner in some of our execution and eliminate some of the penalties and turnovers. And, you have to have the ball bounce your way at different times. And that's one thing that did not happen for us last week, but by the same token, you have to go out and create that for yourself.
Well, I think the two things that I really want to take away from that coach's show from Coach Embry, and then we'll go into talk about tonight's game, was, number one, that Andrew asked him a couple of different ways and a couple of different times, but asked him, how did the kids bounce back after being 3-0 coming into that game, and then to lose that one in a battle that you thought you were in? How did the kids react, and how did they work this week? And the phrase that he used, and I'm going to have to steal it from him if he didn't steal it from somebody else, but he said the resiliency of kids today in this microwave world that we live in. Mm-hmm. And he said they've practiced very well this week. They've done well. They're not letting it get them down. They said, okay, it happened. Let's learn and let's move on. And the second thing was, as he said, as I go back and look at film from last week, is even though in that second half you talk about the mountain getting bigger and the chip away gets bigger and the mountain they never quit and they never stopped. And he said, you take those two things out of that game and apply them, and they're going to be good this rest of this season.
Absolutely. In the words of Ted Lasso, you've got to be a goldfish. So they've got to be a goldfish and have a short memory, move on from it. Take the lessons and the things that they learned from that last week, and when they find themselves in that opportunity, whether it be tonight or 4 or 5 weeks down the season, at whatever point in time, and understand how they can clear those obstacles. And I have no doubt about it. We've got a bunch of tough-minded kids because they come from a tough-minded community, and they're going to no doubt fight back. They're going to play well tonight, and doesn't mean it'll be perfect or flawless, but we'll see a great effort from them.
So let's move to tonight's matchup as the coin toss headed on the field, and looks like the Leopards did win the toss and have deferred to the second half. So we'll see. Looks like Dickson has elected to take the ball. They will defend what I believe is the south end zone here in this first half. So the Leopards will be moving left to right on your radio dial to start this first half. But we go into tonight's matchup. And you look at a Dickson team, they're 2-2 coming into this game, and they beat Colgate 35-14. They beat Medill 54-20. That game was probably especially good because the starting quarterback from Dickson is Baylor Bond. He's a transfer in from Medill, and so that one was probably a really good one for him to pick up a win against his old team. But then you look at the Hugo game, and they lose that game by 6, and if you didn't go back and look it up, they lost that game literally the last play of the game. They've got a 3rd and 7 at the Hugo 12-yard line and come from a timeout, and he throws an interception in the end zone, and the Hugo back takes it 100 yards for a touchdown.
Oh, my.
And they get beat on that play of the game, the very last play of the game. Clock ran out as that play was happening, and that was the final score was 20-14.
Wow.
So that was a game that you really thought was probably headed to overtime. That was probably their plan. We'll either score a touchdown or it'll go to overtime, and instead you give up a pick six that's 100 yards, and you lose that one. And then, of course, they had to play the number one team in the state in Washington last week. That game was 36-0 at the end of the first quarter, and I watched that game, and I really felt like that Dickson just didn't have much. I mean, this was not going to be much of a ball game tonight. The Leopards really sought to have a pretty easy win. But I go back and look at that Hugo game, and I went back and watched some other film, and this Baylor Bond kid has got an arm, and he's got 4 or 5 very athletic receivers, and he's averaging 300 yards a game passing. He's already over 1,200 yards passing for the season, and they're just coming into week 5.
Not only does he have an arm, and actually, no, I'm not sure if it would be a brother or a sibling, but he had somebody older by the last name of Bond that was also a very, very good quarterback down at Medill when I was at Pauls Valley. And you can see when you watch him on film, he's a really good athlete. He's got a great arm. His most powerful trait, though, is his escapability and able to break the pocket. And I can imagine that, this week has probably been a nightmare trying to replicate that in practice of a scrambling quarterback and keeping them contained. And by the same token, you have to work scramble drill because that's really what their passing game thrives on. So we will no doubt about it have our hands full. There's going to be some frustrating moments, no doubt about this. There's going to be some opportunities because he is such a good athlete with good weapons that they're going to make some plays. We just have to minimize those, make sure we keep our head up, don't get down by that, and then go respond on the next play.
This game may actually turn into a shootout and end up being whoever has the ball last wins the game. This is going to be two very high-scoring teams, I think, and both defenses, I think, are going to struggle to stop the other one. It may be a good one, but again, this is a Dickson team with a brand-new head coach. The coach, Brian, it was the offensive coordinator down here last year, and they ran a wing tee. Mm-hmm. And so you went from a run offense, and he takes over as head coach and says, all right, we're going to go to a spread and single back or empty most every down. Yeah. And they were, I guess, and I watched an interview with him. He said, that, hey, with these athletes, this is what we're going to have to do, and it's worked well for him.
Right. Well, and that's one of the greatest things a coach can do is come in and evaluate the talent that they have, and a lot of that obviously starts for them with the quarterback. So if, you've got a quarterback that has that kind of arm and escapability, you're able to maximize his talent by spreading that out and throwing it around a little bit, and it's obviously working for them.
Well, let's get to some starting lineups here very quickly. We're still about 2 minutes away from a kickoff here, but maybe more like 4 minutes. But let's talk about some starting lineups, and we'll do you just what we've seen at least on film from Dickson here as far as their starters go. And they've got a couple of big guys up front that we'll talk about too. But we talked about Baylor Bond. He wears number 1. He is a junior quarterback. He's listed at 5'10", 160. And again, we've talked about how good an athlete he is. In the backfield is a sophomore, De'Eric Drain. He is also a very good receiver. So he'll move out of the backfield. You'll see him line up in a single back, or he may move out to go 5 wide in this offense, depending on what they do there. And then their wideouts, number 5, Jaleon Douglas is a junior. Number 5, Tequilon Maxwell. He's a senior wide receiver. Number 16 is Taylon Reams. He's also a junior receiver. And then a freshman wideout, number 17, Tatum Wolf, as the 4 wideouts. And then up front, talked about some of these guys. They're big. Their center is Nathan Hughes. He's a junior, wears number 62. The left tackle is number 60, Jake Jones. He is a senior. But then you get to their 2 guards. They are huge. Aiden Olgeen is number 71, 300 pounds plus for that guy. And then Landry Baker is the other one. They list him at 270. He's actually closer to 300, I think. But he wears number 77. He's just a junior. On the right guard is number 78, Everett Walker. He is also just a junior on this Comet Ball Club. The head coach, again, Lane Bryan, in his first year as the head coach. And after taking over from being the offensive coordinator down here last year, his assistants are Tyler Day, Stephen Mapp, Irvin McGee, Mikhail Smith, Laramie Isley, and Cody Bynum. Let's talk about the Lindsay Leopards and the starters for the Leopards tonight, and we'll start with the offense, and we'll start with the skill players for the offense. And that includes the number 3, the quarterback, Isaac Cameron. He's a 6'1", 178-pound junior. At running back tonight will be number 2, Dutton Taylor. He's a 6', 190-pound senior. I don't think we will see Crew Flood tonight. He had that injury to his knee last week, and he is likely out tonight. Probably be back next week. I think it's just a strain, so hopefully not a big deal. But I think we're probably going to see some of Aiden. Who did I put down? Aiden.
Dickson Kids Association.
Aiden back in the backfield, maybe running in place of Taylor back there. Let's look at the guys out in the skill positions. It's the wide receivers. Start with the tight end, number 8, Gus Torres, 6'3", 250-pound senior. And then at the wideouts, number 6 is Tug Fott, 6'2", 220-pound senior. Number 9 is Will Lawrence, 5'11", 190, and a junior. Number 23 is Manny Aguero. I think Manny's a little banged up, but he'll get some time out there tonight. He's a 5'9", 160-pound senior. Number 22 is Riker McCulley. McCulley, a 5'9", 141-pound sophomore. Then we get to the guys up front that open up those holes for the running backs and protect the quarterback. Number 66 is Maxon Simonton. He is the center, 5'11", 180-pound senior. Over on the left side at guard, number 77, Dennis DeGehring, 6'4", 290-pound senior. At left tackle is number 75, Caleb Snow, 6'1", 240-pound senior. At right guard, number 50, Kaven Hunter, 5'11", 190-pound senior. And at right tackle, number 54, Scott Jones. Jones, a 6'2", 205-pound junior. We get to the defense, and we'll start with the big guys up front. And there's some changes up there, a lot of changes on defense, in fact, for tonight. And they'll start with the guy right in the middle is number 50, Caven Hunter. He's going to go both sides here tonight up on that defensive line. Gus Torres and Scott Jones will be the other two up on that 3-4 defense. Then to get to the linebackers, Tug Fott, Dutton Taylor will be your two inside linebackers. Will Lawrence will be joined by number 5, Aiden Beck. He's a 6', 180-pound senior. He'll be the other outside linebacker. Then these guys are going to be busy all night long. The safeties are Riker McCulley and Eli Curry. Number 10 is Eli. He is a 5'11", 147-pound junior. And then Isaac Cameron is one corner, and number 20, Holden Thornburg, the other cornerback, 5'7", 135-pound junior. The head coach for the Lindsay Leopards is Sam Embry. He is assisted by Stephen Merrill, Braxton Turner, Cody Weaver, Caleb Hall, Jackson Stephen, and Tyler Sharp. And again, the Leopards come in 3-1 on the season, 0-1 in district, and they'll take on this Dickson team that comes in 2-2 on the season. They are also 0-1 in district play. And we're just about ready to get underway here. Greg Peary, John Inman on the call tonight. Andrew Lyon on the live stream. Kevin Scruggs over running the camera. And actually Eric Bearden has joined us up here now. And so we actually have a true cameraman on the camera now. But I also was going to say we have a massive 14-foot speaker directly in front of us. The PA speaker literally is about 3 feet from John and I's microphones, and we're going to do our best to try to talk over that all
Nobody
night.
wants to hear our excuses, Greg.
So it is loud, and so hopefully it will not detract from what we're trying to do tonight.
Led by referee Elmar Perry, linesman Chris Choate, umpire Chad Castleberry, line judge CJ.
Mentioned the Leopards won the coin toss and deferred. So they will kick. They'll be defending the north end zone, and
Lance Bryan.
Dickson will be defending the south. Back deep for Dickson will be in number 17, Tatum Wolf.
Laramie Isley and Cody Bynum.
Thought has it teed up for the Leopards. We're just about ready to get underway. Line, nice kick. Wolf all the way back to his own 12. Cuts over to his left, and then, missed the tackle back there. Now he's got a wide open lane down the right side of the field. Look out. He may take this to the house. 88 yards after a missed tackle, and he's got spun to his right, and he took it all the way to the house. And that is certainly not how you want this game to start.
Absolutely not. We did a really good job of containing. They were trying to set up a wall to their boundary, and we sniffed that out and blew it up. But they just showcased some of their speed and athleticism right there. We're going to have to make sure that we keep the backside contained.
And Tatum Wolf, just a freshman, showed just how fast he is. Because he outran. Once he got to the edge, nobody even caught up to him. Number 25 is on for the extra point try. That is Fabian Andrade. And some late team members headed out for the extra point kick. A good snap. Hold is down. The kick is on the way. From here it looks good, and it is. And we've played a total of 17 seconds, and Dickson has already taken a 7-0 lead on the Lindsay Leopards.
Well, I said in the pregame that they were certainly more than capable of making some plays, and it was going to happen at some point in time. I didn't think that would be on the opening kickoff, but it is what it is. So now we've got to respond.
That's exactly right. Now can you come back and respond from that? See if the Leopards can let that one just go and come back. Again, and I think that was McCulley that actually had his hands out there on Wolf, and then the next thing you know, he was gone. So now the Leopards will get a shot. They'll send McCulley and Taylor back deep to receive this kick, as Andrade will head out to tee it up for the Comets.
Be a good idea to watch for the onside right here. They've had a history of that, and they've got nothing to lose right now.
Andrade set the kick.
Especially when you've got got you on your heels now. That would have been a perfect time to try to do it here.
Absolutely.
Andrade ready to go. Send this one over in the direction of McCulley. It takes a bounce past him, and it will finally head out of bounds.
Not sure if he touched that or not. They threw the flag, so he must not have.
That would have been ugly.
I kind of thought from here that maybe he did, but I'm sure glad he didn't, or that the official didn't see it.
I really thought he had a hand on it for a second, but
they may be talking it over here. I'm sure the Dickson coach is making his pitch.
Yeah, I started to say, Coach Bryan's down there saying, hey, he touched that before it went out of bounds.
I'd be doing the same thing.
So the Leopards will have it 1st and 10, the 35-yard line. Let's see if the offense can answer here.
The Leopards will start their drive at their own 34-yard line.
Empty.
Empty backs. 3 left, 2 to the right. Bring Fought in motion from right to left. And fake it to him, and Cameron tries to take it on the quarterback draw right up the middle, and he gets a yard to the 36.
I knew that we might be seeing a little bit of Tug in the backfield. Of course, they ran jet sweep with him last week, and he's tough to bring down, but little quarterback read there. I think it was the right read, but didn't get everything secured. They were able to run through and make a play.
So 2nd down and 9. 3 right, 1 left. Taylor, after a high snap, fumbles it in the backfield. Taylor does get it covered. But again, high snap, messed up the whole timing of that. And
need to really settle in here. Big play. Looks like we're going to take a timeout and get their attention.
I got to get things under control. The loss is back to the 28. So it'll be a timeout on the field, and we'll take it with them. We'll come back with more Leopard football right after this. It's brought to you by the American Exchange Bank here on KBLPlive.
Hey, Lindsay community. My name is Christian Torres, and I am the minister for the Lindsay Church of Christ. We would like to invite you to come and worship with us on Sundays at 10:45 a.m. and Wednesdays at 7 p.m. We're located at 1205 West Cherokee Street. Here at the Lindsay Church of Christ, you will find the truth of God's Word, spoken in love, and a group of people who love God and one another. Do you have a Bible question? Well, we have a Bible answer. Come and worship with us and be edified at the Lindsay Church of Christ.
Leopards out of the timeout, facing a 3rd down and 17 from their own 28. Twins either side. Taylor the lone setback. Cameron looking to pass, had to slant, had Aguero, but threw it a little behind him. It's incomplete, and the Leopards are going to go 3 and out after giving up a kickoff return for a touchdown.
It's a tough spot right there in that moment. When you're backed up that far, everybody's reading the same thing, and they're able to sit back in coverage and get in a drop almost immediately, and so those windows get really tight.
So 4th and 17, Cameron back in punt formation. And I believe that is number 5. Back deep for, that's actually number 3. That is Drain, and that's a good roll.
Good punt.
Punt goes all the way down inside the 25 to the 24-yard line. So Dickson's offense will see the field for the first time with 10:37 left to go here in the first quarter, and Dickson has a 7-0 lead.
Hopefully we'll continue the momentum from last week. I thought we did some really good things defensively and, had a good game plan, and I'm sure that game plan looks different this evening, so we'll find out. But we'll just need to do a really good job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket.
Trips right, single receiver left. Bond, the quarterback from the shotgun, has drained to his right. Wolf is the lone receiver left. Cameron draws the task of staying with him. Bond now moves drained to his left. Looks to pass. Flushed out of the pocket, rolls to his right, still running, still looking, and Taylor can't bring him down. He slides down after picking up 5 yards on a scramble, and Taylor again had him, could not get him to the ground.
Really good job right there by Will Lawrence of being in the right spot on his drop. They were trying to work a little slant bubble concept with the back out, and He took the slant window away and then came off to the bubble and followed it up the sideline. So takes a lot of discipline to be able to do that and do it well.
Gain of 3 on the scramble brings up 2nd down and 7. Bond again from the shotgun, has twins either side with Drain to his left. Looking left, back to pass, still looking, now throws out in the flat. Drain has it. Dutton Taylor this time is not going to miss, and he's going to stop him for a 2-yard loss at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, you're not going to see Dutton Taylor miss too many of those open field tackles, so I'm sure he was probably kicking himself after that first one, and I doubt that happens too many more times this season. That's a great open field tackle by him.
So a loss of 2 is going to bring up a 3rd down and 9 now with Dickson at their own 25. Trips to the right. Wolf, the lone receiver, led. No, I'm sorry, they've got an empty backfield now. 3 right, 2 left. They'll bring man in motion left to right. Now it makes it 4 wide receivers right, and that's the direction he's looking. The pressure came from Beck, I believe. Aiden Beck, number 5.
That is correct. Just had to get out of there and get rid of it. Good defensive series there.
So the incomplete pass brings up 4th down and 9 for the Comets. And see if they opt to go for the punt here. Or
That'll bring up a 4th and long for the Comets.
And they will bring in, looks like, a number 12. That is Colby Paulson.
I think they were looking for Wolf again on that 3rd down play, and based on what I saw on the kickoff return, I might look his way as many chances as I get to.
And we're going to have to take a timeout here. Play clock was down to 3. They were still short a man on the field, and Wolf was the one running back out there. So we'll have a timeout on the field. We'll take it with them. 8:58 left in the first. It is 7-0 Dickson. We'll come back after this. This is live coverage of Leopard football presented by the American Exchange Bank on KBLP Live.
This is Dr. Matt Shelton with Lindsay Family Dentistry. I'm a 1997 graduate of Lindsay High School and have been practicing dentistry in Lindsay since 2006. We welcome you to come to our dental practice so we can help you and your family with all your dental needs. We offer dental services for everyone at every age, from braces to aligners to crowns, bridges, dentures, and implants. Give us a call today at 405-756-4093 or stop by at 102 Southwest 7th Street and let us give you the healthy, beautiful smile you've always dreamed of.
So Wolf was the punter. That was who they were waiting on to get on the field. Rocker McCulley stands at his own 40, waits the punt, and Leopards got a block. Block the punt, and the Leopards are going to have it deep in Dickson Comet territory at looks like about the 17-yard line. Great job right there.
It's, I'm sure, absolutely maddening for that head coach. You burn the timeout and then get it blocked.
Yeah.
Aiden Beck with the block there.
So Leopards will have it 1st and 10 at the Dickson 17-yard line. And that was really what the Leopards needed to try to get back into this thing.
Big momentum swing here. Now let's take advantage of it.
Forced a 3 and out. Blocked a punt. Now you've got it inside the red zone, 1st and 10. Fought with Torres in the slot. Cameron gives it to Taylor. Jet sweep left. Got blockers out front. Cuts it up. He is wide open to the end zone. Touchdown, Leopards. Dutton Taylor from 17 yards out, a one-play drive, and the Leopards are a extra point away from tying or taking the lead.
That was extremely well blocked out on the edge by the whole left side of that offensive line, and then our 2 lead blockers there, Tug and Gus leading the way out there, and everybody was hat on a hat, and you could see it clear as day from up here. The edge was sealed, and we're walking in.
And it looks like almost the exact same play for the 2-point conversion. And again, Taylor in for the 2-point. And just like that, the Leopards have answered. They take an 8-7 lead with 8:44 left to go in the first quarter. Let's take a timeout. We'll send it to Andrew. We've got more live coverage of Leopard football presented by the American Exchange Bank right after this timeout on KBLP Live.
Are you struggling to find a health insurance plan that fits your needs as well as your budget? Let me, Matt Powers, a licensed insurance agent, help you navigate the insurance maze and find the best plan for you. Together, we'll search a variety of plans from nationally recognized carriers at no cost to you. We can talk over the phone or in person. Why stress or wonder if you're choosing the right plan when I can help you for free? Call today and let me help you.
Thought tees it up for the Leopards after they've taken an 8-7 lead on a 17-yard touchdown run from Dutton Taylor.
I kind of hope he doesn't kick it to 17.
Yes, keep it away from 17. I would agree with that. And he does. He kicks it out of bounds. I guess that's one way of keeping him from running it.
I'll take it.
That'll give Dickson 1st and 10 at their 35.
Thought he might elect to have the re-kick there, but I think they're going to take it.
Maybe not.
Looks like they're going to take it on the 35.
Nope. Yep, they are. Okay. I don't know. They're headed all the way back down. They're going to make them re-kick it.
That'd be a re-kick.
Yep. They were kicking it in the direction of number 10, Kobe Booker, instead of Wolf, who was in the middle of the field.
May not be a bad idea for the Dickson coach there after seeing that first kickoff return.
So they'll back him up to the 35-yard line now to kick this one away.
5-yard penalty.
I always look at this and think, well, you look behind that first line of 5 guys right in the middle of the field at the logo, there is nobody there. I almost think that's where I would put it, but now they kind of cheat up there. Thought right line drive, and it hits the leg of Wolf, but he'll pick it up at the 20. Breaks to the side again. This time the Leopards will get him down at the 31-yard line.
Much better job keeping contained there. That's that can happen when you think it's going to the opposite boundary, and just I believe so. But I believe that was Eli Curry. Just a few steps out of position there, but much better job staying at home, and good starting field position.
Call it the 30 as they'll put it right just across the 30-yard line.
Good starting position for the Leopards. They actually picked up
4 yards there, didn't they?
4 yards, exactly.
5 yards, I guess. You go back to the 30. And they will bring in number 2 at running back. That is Easton Peoples, the junior. He'll be back in the backfield with Bond in the shotgun. He's got twin receivers either side. And right up the middle goes Peoples, and he will be met after he crosses the line of scrimmage and pushed backwards. He might get a yard or two. Let's see where they spot it on his forward progress. Looks like the 32-yard line will give him 2. 2nd and 8.
Dickson throws the ball to set up the run, but they're certainly capable, and they've got some good-sized offensive linemen and the ability to get some push. So we'll have to make sure that we're sound in there.
Peoples stays in the backfield, trips left. Number 7 is Tequilon Maxwell. He is the lone receiver right. Peoples to the left of Bond from the shotgun. 2nd down 9, 2nd down 8. The 32-yard line, looking for the wide receiver screen, rolls to his left. Now he gets it out in the flat, and it's too low and off the hands of Jalen Douglas. That'll fall incomplete.
Don't know if that was by design or if there was a mistake there, but you actually had swing routes out of the inside receiver and the back coming out of the backfield.
3rd and 8.
Could be tricky, though.
Yeah.
Which one do you cover?
Which one do you cover, exactly. Yeah. Incomplete pass will make it now 3rd down and 8. The ball at the 32-yard line. Trips left, single receiver right is Maxwell. Bond calls for it, back to pass. Scrambles left, still looking downfield. Guy's coming, and he finds a wide open receiver in the middle of the field, and that is Wolf. And you said it, that's what he is so good at, and that's when they are so dangerous.
Well, the interesting thing about it is that he has a major tendency to escape the pocket to the left, and I know they talked about that a lot in game planning. Typically, that's what you want a right-handed quarterback to do, but he does a really good job of getting his shoulders squared up to the line of scrimmage and putting the ball on the money, and we see it there. That's a tough throw, running left, throwing back to the inside on an in-breaking route.
15-yard reception for Wolf gives Dickson first down their own 47-yard line. They bring in number 8, that is Preston Wells. He's the lone receiver right. They now have a slot back in the backfield as well with twins left. Bond, the handoff, cut up inside, big hole for Peoples, and he'll get all the way to the Leopard 40-yard line. 13 yards on that one.
Stop made by number 22, Riker McCulley.
They've certainly shown that they have
First down.
a number of weapons and the ability to use them. And we talked about a second ago, we've got to make sure that we stay at home in the run game because they're more than capable, and we just saw it there.
So Peoples with the 13-yard run gets it to the Leopard 40, 1st and 10. Now send 2 receivers right, 1 left. Paulson is the slot back. He will move to the right side now. Peoples in the backfield with Bond from the shotgun. This time, quarterback keeper jet sweep. He's got room on the edge. He's at the 40, the 35, and drug out of bounds on the Leopard sideline, but not till he got down to the Leopard 32-yard line.
It's not something I've seen them do a whole lot where you have designed quarterback run, but certainly, again, a good athlete there that has already proven that he's got some escapability to him. So just another element there that we're going to have to be aware of defensively.
Pickup of 8 makes it 2nd down and 2. Wolf will bring the play in from the sideline. Paulson stays in as the slot back. Peoples still stays in as the running back. Twins right. Wolf is the lone receiver left. 2nd and 2 from the Leopard 32. Peoples again up the middle, and the Leopards stuff it. Not going anywhere.
Easton Peoples on the
he kept fighting. I thought that he might break that tackle there, but I think we had a whistle that blew it dead. But that kid is a load for sure.
A loss of 1 back to the 33. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 3. This would be huge for the Leopards right here, but you know this is probably 4-down territory right here.
Without a doubt.
3rd and 3.
One of the things that's interesting about Dickson, typically when you see an offense like that, they would be a no-huddle, system communication from the sideline. But the fact that they huddle in some ways can make it even more difficult because they break the huddle and here's the formation and they've already got their predetermined play. Not a whole lot of checks with me.
Bond rolls to his left, quarterback jet sweep left and tries to cut up inside. The Leopards do a great job of stringing it out, and he goes out with a loss there back at the 34-yard line. So another loss on the play is going to bring up a 4th down and 4.
Good job stringing that out. That's the same play that they ran to the wide side a second ago to our boundary and had a good game, but we've adjusted to that and we're able to stretch that out, and big, huge play now.
4th down and 4. Twins either side. Peoples the lone setback. Bond from the shotgun. Oh, and we jumped. Torres moved. I did not think he did enough to cross the line.
My goodness.
We're going to give him the 1st down via a offside penalty.
I know we didn't have the angle, but it looked like he barely moved. I wouldn't think that would have broken the plane.
Give us another 1st
That'll
down.
move it to the Leopard 29 and give them a 1st down.
Those are things I'm sure that Coach Hembry has harped on all week in practice. Those are some of the mistakes and the characteristics that we had last week, and again we see it here. And those are just the things that we have got to clean up.
So 1st and 10. Dickson's at the Leopard 29. Twins either side. Peoples the lone setback. Hand it to Peoples right up the middle. Gets stumbled by Taylor, but he'll stumble forward. Let's see where they mark him down at. Are they going to give him the 20-yard line? They are. Pickup of 9.
Some sort of fold block there on the backside. I think they're basing out and wrapping their tackle up to our linebacker, and with that running back, the way he hits it downhill, that's something we've got to go meet it at the line of scrimmage.
And again, they set that run up because you got to worry about 4 wideouts.
Absolutely.
Again, 2nd down, a long 2. They throw the screen out in the flat. Nowhere to go. Reverses his field backwards, and he'll be dropped for a loss back at the 30-yard line. That is Jalen Douglas. Caught that little bubble screen out there and then nowhere to go.
Great job of pursuit, but not over pursuit. Once again, we at the point of attack, kind of like that kickoff, we came and blew it up and diagnosed really well, and the speed and athleticism, I was a little bit nervous there, but we stayed at home backside and turned that into a huge loss.
3rd down and 12 now. The ball at the 30-yard line. See if the Leopard defense can bow up right here. Peoples the lone setback. Twins either side. Peoples again right up the middle, and this time Scott Jones grabs a hold of him. Taylor there to help out, and a couple of yards on the play for Peoples, but it's going to bring up a long 4th down and about 9.
Well, you certainly don't call that play on 3rd down if you're not planning on going for it on 4th down.
3 at 3rd and 9 on the 4th and 9, rather.
So 4th down and 9. The ball set at the Leopard 28-yard line. Back to passes Bonds. Still looking. Rolls to his right now. A lot of room over there. Still looking downfield. Rolls again. Still being chased and gets tripped up, and he's brought down. A huge loss all the way back at the 44-yard line. And the Leopards get great field position out of a 14-yard sack. Actually more like a 16-yard.
Great play by Tug right there. Again, staying at home. I know that's been harped on all week, but when it reverses field, Tug really showed some burst and speed there coming through and making a tremendous diving tackle there.
So a huge play for the Leopard defense. They force the turnover on downs and get the ball back at their own 44-yard line. 1st and 10. We've got 3:16 left in the first quarter. It's 8-7, Leopards by 1.
That's huge in the field position battle as well. That flipped it quite a bit.
For God so loved the world.
So Leopard offense heads back out. Taylor will be the lone running back. Fought and Torres will be in as the slot backs. They'll do Aguero will be split right. I believe that is Lawrence that is split left. And they'll fake the pitch. Cameron keeps it himself, drags defenders from the 44, gets out to the 49, 5 yards on that tough play.
My favorite formation of the evening so far, and they actually had things blocked up incredibly well, except for an outside edge rush that was able to get to Isaac before he was able to get downhill.
Second, actually calling the 47-yard line, or 48 rather than the 49. So call it 2nd and 6. Cameron, the high snap. This time again, he's got blockers out front, cuts it up, across the 50, but then gets pushed backwards. And one marks it right on the 50, one marks it at the 49. Let's see where they spot it. They'll split the difference and put it at the 49 and a half.
Looks more like about the 49 and 7/8 to me. But,
okay, I'll go with that. You're the math guy, not me. 3rd down, we'll call it 5. Maybe a long 4. Trips right, single receiver left. Taylor the lone setback. Cameron calls for it. The pass, a slant for Fought right through his hands and falls incomplete.
Just a hair behind. I think maybe he felt like Tug was going to sit down there kind of in the void, but I don't know if that was miscommunication or if just an errant throw. But, man, another golden opportunity there for us to pick up the 1st down, and we're going to have to start making some of those plays.
So Cameron backs up into punt formation.
Good opportunity for a fake, in my opinion. It's easy to say up here, isn't it, Greg? Easy to say up here.
I love being armchair quarterback up here, our head coach.
Looks like maybe there we go.
Cameron gets off a nice spiraling punt. They'll let it go over the head and take a nice Leopard roll all the way down to the Dickson 10-yard line. And again, flipping that field.
Well, again, that huge sack there by Tug. We may have not picked up a 1st down there, but we just absolutely flipped the field with that big loss and a great punt there.
1:59 left to go here in the first quarter. Leopards up 8-7. Dickson back on the field with the offense. 1st and 10, but they're at their own 10-yard line. In case you missed it, Dickson took the opening kickoff back 88 yards for a touchdown and took a 7-0 lead, but the Leopards answered back on a 17-yard run after a blocked punt. Gave the Leopards great field position. Now let's see if the defense can come up with another big stop. And we're going to have a timeout called by Dickson.
Timeout, Dickson.
1:59 left in the first. Leopards 8-7. When we come back after this, this is live coverage of Leopard football presented by the American Exchange Bank on KBLP Live.
Looking for your next adventure? Head to Morris Motorsports in Chickasha. We carry top brands like Polaris, Can-Am, Kawasaki, and Honda. Plus, we offer a full-service and parts department. Whether it's ATVs, side-by-sides, motorcycles, or accessories, we've got what you're looking for. Visit morrismotorsports.com or give us a call at 405-224-6113. At Morris Motorsports, we don't just sell machines, we sell fun.
The Board of Directors, physicians, and employees of the Lindsay Municipal Hospital would like to take this time to recognize the Lindsay High School football team, the coaches, and players. Good luck, Leopards, from your fans at the Lindsay Municipal Hospital.
First and 10, Dickson, jet sweep left for the quarterback, Baylor Bond, and nowhere.
Really,
no gain on the play.
Really doing a good job of keeping him contained there. That's he's proven himself already to be very elusive, but we're staying at home and making sure we turn it back inside to our help.
So Peoples will check out. Drain comes back in at the running back, and they'll bring in 2 more wide receivers. Maxon Simonton checks in on that line along with Deggering and Gus Torres.
Maxon doesn't play a whole lot of defensive line, but he brings some athleticism there and some speed that will help to keep that quarterback contained.
Motion right to left. Bond gives it to Drain over that little right side, and the Leopards did a great job of corralling him. He gets a couple of yards out to the 12.
Good job by Gus there, closing down from the backside. And once again, you're talking about your backside defensive end that's able to get all the way across and tackle a running back going away from him. Pretty good athleticism there.
Simonton credited for that tackle. So checks in the defensive line, comes up with a tackle right off the bat.
Productive.
Twins either side. Drain again, the lone setback. Bond from the shotgun, and third down and 8. Back to pass, still looking, rolling to his right, looking downfield. He's got a man. He's covered, and we'll get Racker McCulley. He's going to draw the flag. I think if McCulley would have turned and maybe tried to look for the ball, might have had a better chance at that one, but as it is, it's going to be a pass interference call.
Absolutely. That's just one of those you kind of get you feel like you're out there on an island and playing catch-up a little bit, and in your mind there, if I turn around, he's going to catch it over the top and be gone for a touchdown, but I think he had plenty of time to get his head around and possibly make a pick on it.
Pass interference.
So you had a 3rd down and 8 from the 12-yard line.
That'll give us a Comet first down.
But instead, now it'll be a 1st and 10. They'll move the ball out to the 27-yard line.
Those things are going to happen whenever you have a quarterback of this caliber and receiver core like he has. So, once again, we just got to move on from that and not let it affect the rest of the drive.
So 1st and 10, Dickson their own 27-yard line. Drain is the running back. They've got 3 receivers left. Maxwell is the lone receiver right. Bond again from the shotgun. Rolls, still looking downfield, still looking, sidearm throw, and it's caught. Fought immediately, wraps him up, but not until they had the gain out to the 32-yard line. That was Javion Douglas.
I have a hold here, it looks like.
Flag laying at the 24-yard line. So that'll back up the Comets and move it back to the 14-yard line.
I saw a pink flag and a yellow flag. Is that some sort of additional violation that I'm not familiar with here?
That's a good point. I did see pink out stuff down there. I wonder if they're not doing that tonight.
That must be what it is.
But move the ball back to the 14-yard line.
2nd down and 25.
Second, and I call it 23. The PA announcer called it 25. I'm going to go with 23 for now. It's 2nd and long. Drain stays in the backfield. Trips left. Maxwell, the lone receiver, right. Bond back to pass. The quick flat pass out to Drain and gets hit, slowed down, and then cleaned up out there. Jones was out there. And I think Lawrence as well. I'm not sure who actually ended up wrapping him up, but
I think Aiden Self was the first to make contact there, coming off from corner, and he diagnosed that quickly. And have to watch because I'm sure their coaches noticed that too. So they'll probably try to give that same look and come back and hit him over the top at some point.
That'll be the final play of the first quarter. Leopards lead at 8-7. We'll flop to the other end of the field, and we'll come back with more Leopard football presented by the American Exchange Bank after this timeout here on KBLP Live.
What was...
If you have a hankering for the best barbecue in South Central Oklahoma, then get yourself down to the Meat Locker Barbecue in Lindsay. Every Monday, Thursday, and Friday, located just off of Highway 19, 106 Northwest 40. At the Meat Locker, we work hard to bring you the most consistent, delicious, slow-smoked barbecue around at a price that won't break the bank. And don't forget, we cater too, and we'd love to do the cooking for your next event. So come see us or give us a call at 405-428-1198 and visit our new website at meatlockerbbqok.com for the latest Meat Locker merchandise. We're proud to sponsor this broadcast of Lindsay Leopard Athletics and want to wish all the students, faculty, and staff a successful year.
Looking for top quality concrete that gets the job done right? At Jerry Tucker Cementing, we provide premium, ready-mix concrete for any project, big or small. Our concrete is mixed to perfection, ensuring strength, durability, and a flawless finish every time. Whether you're a contractor or a DIYer, our concrete is the solid choice you can trust.
Second down and long. Trips left, bring him in motion left to right, looking down the sideline. Bond's still looking. We got flags in the backfield, down the middle of the field. Great job trying to come back for that from Maxwell, but it would have all been for naught. I think we've got a hold in the backfield.
We're going to have another hold, but I would bet you that they will go ahead and decline that one.
Yep. Pass incomplete will make it third down and long.
Holding against
Again, Dickson back at their own 15-yard line. They've got to get to the 33. Give me 28 for a first down.
Be third and about 30 yards.
Yeah. They started to move it back to the 10-yard line. The ball was at the 15. So they'll move it to the 15. That's the right move. It was not at the 10. It was at the 15.
I was wondering how we went from second and 25 to third and 30.
Yep. They were moving it back to the 10, and then now they've got it right.
I'll take it, don't get me wrong, but it was interesting math.
So third and long. Twins either side. Drain is the lone setback. Bond back to pass, looking left. Flushed out of the pocket, rolls to his right. He's got Maxwell out in the flat at the 20, the 25. Fumbled it, and right into the hands of Cameron. Did he get it before it went out of bounds? He did. He got it before it got out of bounds. Maxwell fumbled it right into the hands of Cameron, who fumbled it himself, but the Leopards are going to have it at the Dickson 30-yard line.
I was afraid that one was going to get away from us and get out of bounds, and they'd be able to punt there, but obviously good opportunity there for him to make a play. I thought initially that if he caught that clean, he was maybe going to the house.
Yeah, there was a lot of room over there, and we've seen how athletic these guys are, but the Leopards, once again, after a blocked punt, had a short field to work with. Now, after a fumble recovery, they'll have the same opportunity here. Maxton over the ball. Maxton Simonton, I should say. Back to Cameron. Fakes the handoff to Dutton Taylor and gets drugged down. They've tried to run that play action quarterback right up the middle play for Cameron, and it has not been very productive so far.
Once again, that was the right read. Just a really good job by that defensive end of closing back down inside and getting him wrapped up.
So second down and 10 at 30, at the Dickson 30. And this time, Taylor right up the middle, got tripped and fell forward. Looks like they're going to mark him at the 26-yard line.
He was just about a step away from having a massive cutback and I think walking in the end zone, but just a shoelace tackle there.
So a pickup of 4 is going to bring up a third down and 6. Trips right. Single receiver left. Taylor right up the middle, and the pile's pushed forward, but he's going to be well short of a first down right here. Got to the 24.
Good job in there by the defensive line for Dickson of getting some penetration and making it tough sledding up there for our guys.
So fourth down And a timeout's going to be called by the Leopards. They've got a 4th and 4 with the ball at the Dickson 24-yard line with 10:21 left to go before halftime. 8-7, Leopards by 1. When we come back after this is live coverage of Leopard football. It is presented by the American Exchange Bank here on KBLP Live.
If you need local trash pickup with quality service at a fair price, call Red Dirt Waste Services today at 580-432-5697. Red Dirt Waste Services is locally owned and operated, offering household, residential, and light commercial trash pickup in Lindsay and surrounding areas, including Ellick, Bradley, Bray Doyle, Cox City, Elmore City, and Foster. Red Dirt Waste Services does household cleanouts too, and they offer 96-gallon poly carts and dumpsters. Bagged, loose, or heavy items, doesn't matter, they'll come get it. Red Dirt Waste Services even offers valet service, so you don't even have to take your trash to the curb. Schedule your weekly pickup today by calling 580-432-5697. Stop paying more than you have to for quality, dependable, and locally owned trash pickup. Call Red Dirt Waste Services at 580-432-5697. That's 580-432-5697.
Pass completed from Isaac Cameron to Tug Fott out in the flat. Went up the sideline, but the official says he stepped out at the 9-yard line. But a great pass out there to Fott.
Had a little rollout action there and able to find one of those intermediate routes. And good play for the Leopards. Now we just need to go cap off the drive.
1st and goal at the 9. Taylor. Right up the middle, follows his blockers, and then gets stood up. Looks like somewhere around the 4-yard line. A pickup of 5 will bring up 2nd and goal from the 4.
The initial hit was made by Keegan Crouch.
Good push by the offensive line there again. I thought that Wave may just carry him all the way into the end zone, but we'll see if we can pick it up here.
Trips left.
Gain of 5, it'll be 2nd and goal on about the 4-yard line.
Eli Curry is the lone receiver right. Cameron looking left, gets run out of the pocket, rolls to his right, throws, and he's got Aguero in the back of the end zone.
Wow.
Touchdown, Leopard.
Well, you talk about fitting that into a tight window. I thought they may have a chance to pick that one off. A really good vision there by Isaac and finding Manuel there in the back of the end zone, and good play all the way around.
So Leopards with their 2nd score of the night. 14-7 lead. They'll go for 2 here. Lawrence, the lone receiver left, bunch receivers to the right. Taylor in the backfield, give it to Taylor, jet sweep right, and can he get there? Yes, Taylor into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. 9:30 left to go in the half. The Leopards have taken a 16-7 lead over the Dickson Comets. We'll send it over to Andrew. We'll take a timeout. We're back with more live coverage of Leopard football presented by the American Exchange Bank on KBLP Live.
At Rural Electric Cooperative, we're committed to providing electric power and opportunity to the many areas our members call home. That includes supporting youth programs that teach life skills and build character. With REC, you're more than a customer, you're a member owner. And that's why we're always working hard to provide you with the most dependable electric power possible. As a Touchstone Energy Cooperative, REC is dedicated to providing the best service possible and supporting the communities in our service area.
Leopards get a short field to work with, and they make it pay off. A 4-yard touchdown pass from Isaac Cameron to Manuel Aguero, and the Leopards take a 16-7 lead as Dutton Taylor punched it in for the 2-point conversion. And Albright this time with the kick, and it's a little that's exactly what I said I would have done earlier, put it in that blank spot in the middle of the field, and it was tough to cover, but they finally get it covered up there at the 40-yard line.
I don't know if that was a mishit or an intentional pooch there, but we weren't far away from getting back on that ball. So that can happen sometimes when you get that void that if your front line's able to outrun them down there, all of a sudden you've got a surprise onside.
So Lindsay Leopards with a 16-7 lead, 9:30 left to go here in the first half. And here comes the Dickson offense. Peoples will check in at running back. Bond will send 3 receivers left. Maxwell is the lone receiver right from the shotgun, and he'll bring man in motion from left to right. That's Drain. And give it to Peoples right up the middle, and Taylor says, hello.
Good stick. That's what you want to see out of your linebacker. That your play side met that at the point of attack, and your backside just absolutely went and exploded.
Got some. Cody Franklin was right there as well, and we've got a Comet player down. And that is the running back Peoples. It rolls over on his stomach. So
took a pretty good shot there from Dutton. So not surprised that he may be kind of catching his breath there. It looks like maybe they're working on a lower leg or knee possibly.
Could be. Well, let's take a timeout. We'll check on an injured Dickson Comet player, and we'll come back right after this on KBLP Live.
A friend is someone who knows where you came from. Someone who always shows up when you need them.
Hey, Ben.
Someone who's there for the good times and the challenging ones. With comprehensive insurance policies backed by award-winning customer service, Shelter Insurance is committed to being there when you need us most.
When the unexpected strikes, see Shelter Agent Caleb Smith in Lindsay.
Jake Shortstop offers gas, snacks, ice cream, pizza, subs, wings, and the coldest drinks in town. Everyone at Jake Shortstop says good luck to the Lindsay Leopards this football season.
I believe that it's Jalen Douglas who is set up in the backfield at running back now. Trips left, single receiver right for Bond from the shotgun. Tried the hard snap count. Second down and 7 here.
Fortunately, Peoples was able to get up pretty quick and get off the field, so hopefully no injuries there.
Quick pass to De'Aaron Green for a gain of about 3 yards.
Green gets to the 45-yard line, so he'll pick up about 3. And we've got a flag, I think, thrown over there. Did I see a flag go up in the air over there?
You did.
Right on the sideline.
Not real sure. It looks to me like somebody said something after the play, a little bit of extracurricular. I'm just not 100% certain who that would be.
Simonton checks back in on that defensive line, and Snow checks out.
On Dickson.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against Dickson.
Sideline warning against the Leopards. Can you offset an unsportsmanlike with a sideline warning?
Well, a sideline warning is supposed to be just that, a warning, so that's not any penalty assessment. So I would not think that those would offset one another unless there's been a rule change.
Well, they're not going to assess any penalty here. They're going to leave it at the 45-yard line.
I think Coach Embry's asking the same question that we're wondering right now, of how you can have a 15-yarder offset by something you don't even penalize the first time.
So the officials will talk about this now. But the White Hat seems content that he's going to leave it right where it's at. I'm with you. I don't agree with that, but
that may be the rule. I'm by no means a rules expert, but I've never seen that in my career in coaching. I've seen plenty of offsetting penalties, but never one that coincided with the sideline warning.
Yeah, it's.
I have to get out the rules, but Greg.
With you, and the officials are going to talk about it one more time. Again, Coach Embry not letting go of this, and I don't blame him. I mean, this is a big deal right here because you've got it with a second down and call it 4. But if you get an unsportsmanlike, you back it up to a second down and 19 because you would add a 15-yard penalty on that.
Absolutely.
So again, this should be a 15-yard penalty
Well, I'm going to see if there's anything in the NFHS 2025 rule update, and I'm not seeing anything yet.
And Whitehead is going to come over and visit with the coach, Brian, from Dickson. And Coach Brian doesn't look real happy, so I have a feeling Coach Embry finally won the argument maybe, and they're going to mark off the 15-yard penalty. So good job on the coach.
Those are not it doesn't happen often where you can persuade an official that they have misruled there. So that's a good job by that crew of getting together and talking about the rules and making sure that it's enforced correctly. Matter of fact, I think I only talked one official as a head coach out of a penalty that he had called. And that's because we were called for hurdling, and I said it wasn't hurdling. He didn't have a trail leg.
I like that. Empty backfield for Bond. 3 right, 2 left. He's looking to pass. Flushed out of the pocket, rolls to his right, heaves it down the left side of the field. Oh. It is well short, but we're going to get another pass interference call on the Leopards.
Second time, same thing. You know, they've obviously got some speed, and that's a long, long throw. And, man, it's just so difficult running towards them. They're trying to come back for the football, and that's the majority of the interference calls that you see at the high school level.
So the pass interference against the Leopards will be a 10-yard penalty. Actually, I guess it's 15. Moves it to the 45-yard line. So we're right back to 2nd and 4. Move the ball at the 45-yard line.
It is not, however, an automatic first down.
3rd down and about 5 yards.
As it is in the NFL.
And they do say it's 3rd down. I would think it would still be 2nd, but they've got the down marker as 3rd. 3rd and 4 from the 45 of Dickson. Bond. Jet sweep headed this way for Douglas. Hitting the backfield and wrapped up. Dutton Taylor refused to let go of Jalen Douglas.
Great job by Dutton there. Once again, just an edge presence. I guess they moved him outside either versus that formation. And, man, what a play.
Loss of 5 back to the 40 means it's 3rd down and 9. 4th down and 9, excuse me. And looks like Coach Brian may send the punt team out for this one. Wolf will back up into punt formation.
We're starting to have some fans over here yellow for 3rd down. I don't know that they're wrong.
Well, and I said it. I thought it should have just been 3rd down, but
we won't talk about that, Greg.
It's 4th down.
Play a quiet game.
Yeah, that's right. Back deep is McCulley. End over end punt. McCulley waits for it inside the 30, and he'll be wrapped up immediately at the 29-yard line. Good tackle right there by Maxwell. And they'll actually give him the 30-yard line, but the Leopards will have the ball back. 7:59 left to go before halftime, and they lead 16-7.
Take over on their 30-yard their 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 Leopards at the 30. Taylor stays in at running back. Curry will be split right along with Fott. Lawrence and Aguero will split left. So twins either side. 1st and 10 Leopards are on 30.
Middle of the field is wide
Aguero
open if we can get somebody in there.
Was in motion. Cameron had to pick up a low snap, and he's going to be dropped for a loss back at the 25-yard line.
Once again, just a little bit out of sorts there on the timing, and once that timing is broke down, it's really hard to turn that into a positive play. So we're getting a look right now where I think the middle of the field is exposed. We just need to try to see if we can sneak somebody in there.
The loss of 6 will bring up 2nd down and 16 at the 24-yard line.
Good look for it.
Back to pass, Cameron.
There it is.
Right up the middle, rolling to his right. He's got a man out in the flat and threw it out in front of him. That was Aguero, the intended receiver.
Had the initial window, but Cameron got bumped off of his spot right there and had to scramble, and that gave the safety time to kind of close out on the route there. Showed good speed from the safety because it was open there for a second.
So it stops the clock with 7:14 left before halftime, but it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 16 now for the Leopards. They'll go trips right this time, leave Lawrence, the lone receiver, left. Taylor in the backfield with Cameron. Cameron calls for it, looking to pass, down the sideline on the fade. He's got a McCulley out there who makes a man miss.
He's going to go.
Going to get a block from Aguero, and he's going to take it to the house. Riker McCulley.
Not sure on the concept there, but whatever it was, Riker ended up wide open down the sideline and then picked up a really good block there from Manuel to spring it.
That is a 76-yard touchdown pass from Isaac Cameron to Riker McCulley. And again, you ended up with McCulley and Aguero both right over there together. And Aguero did a good job of getting just enough chip on the guy to keep him from being able to catch up with McCulley. 22-7 Leopards. 2-point conversion coming up. Cameron hands it to Taylor, who goes in standing up right up the middle.
Oh, yeah. Walked in again. Good push there from the O-line. Did have some backside penetration there and run through, but Dutch just too fast for that to get home and made an easy little play there.
24-7 Leopards, 7:02 left before halftime. Let's take a timeout. We'll come back with more live coverage of Leopard football presented by the American Exchange Bank right after this timeout on KBLP Live.
The Shopper News Note isn't just another paper. The Shopper News Note is a weekly publication that arrives in your mailbox every Wednesday for free. The Shopper offers free Shopper Topper advertisements as well as news notes and classifieds. And everyone at the Shopper wishes the Lindsay Leopards good luck this season. Go Leopards!
Sooner Valve Repair in Lindsay would like to wish the Lindsay Leopards and Leopardettes all the best during this season. When in need of a valve repair, come by Sooner Valve Repair at 106 Southwest 9th Street in Lindsay, Oklahoma, or call 405-756-1599. Good luck, Leopards, from Sooner Valve Repair in Lindsay.
(24-7 Leopards, 7:02 left in the second quarter. Fott has it teed up for the Leopards. And sends this one in the direction of Wolf. Deep kick, though, all the way back to the 5-yard line.
Really
Wolf
good
heads
kick.
to his right and gets caught from behind. Nice job. That is number 28, Aiden Self. 20-yard line is where he brought down Wolf.
Aiden's the one that turned in that initial kickoff return and it reversed field, and now you see him all the way from backside showing his speed and running down a really fast return man.
So Dickson 1st and 10 there on 20, and Maxon Simonton stays in on that defensive line.
We've got to get our helmets on out there.
Yep. Deggering gets it on him and Torres and Simonton up on that defensive line. Drain in the backfield. Twins either side. Bond from the shotgun. 1st and 10 is on 20. Give it to Drain over the right side.
There he is
Taylor
again.
crashes down, and Dutton Taylor again from that outside linebacker spot. Drops Drain for a 2-yard loss back at the 18.
If I was Dickson, I might try running away from him. However, with his speed, it might not make a difference.
It may not.
he may run it down just as fast over there.
So 2nd down and 12 now for the Comets. Trips right this time. 2 receivers left for Bond.
We have some spirited fans over here.
They do have. Yeah. Play clock down to 7. Bond gets set to go. Brings Drain in motion right to left. Back to pass. Looking left. Now comes back to his right. Has some room. Stops down the sideline looking. And that time, that was Aiden Self. Had the perfect position and nearly came up with a pick that time.
Receiver had to end up playing defensive back there, and might have actually interfered a little bit. So good job by the freshman there, running with a really good fast receiver and being in a great spot. So that's encouraging to see.
Stops the clock with 5:58 left. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down and long 11 or 12.
Hayden's one that I know the coaches were trying to get some run early in the season, but of course when you're a freshman, a lot of times the game can come at you pretty fast. But as we can see here, he's adapted really well, and he's making plays on special teams and now at corner.
Trips left, single receiver right. Bond back to pass. Flushed out of the pocket, steps up, has some room. Lawrence gives chase over there, and he'll get run out of bounds right at the 30-yard line, which was right at the first down marker. They're going to give him the first down as he gets just across the 30.
Good job by Bond again, showing that speed and athleticism and his escapability, and he's he is a handful.
So 1st and 10 at the 30 for the Comets. Clock runs with 5:45 left in the second. Coach Bryan sends 3 men on the field with the play.
They're going to have to hurry.
Yeah, play clock's
down to 8. They may not get off the play.
And they're not going to get this one off unless they do hurry. It's down to 4, down to 3, down to 2, down to 1, and flags. There will be a delay of game. And Coach Bryan really kind of has that one on himself because he took too long to get that play sent in.
That's the one disadvantage to huddling up in the spread offense is sometimes that's a long way for those receivers to run after they just ran all the way down the field and to come back and get the play and get set.
So 1st and 15 now. The ball back at the 25-yard line.
It'll be 1st and 15 for the Comets.
Slot back this time. Twins right, single receiver left. Bond, handoff right up the middle. The Leopards stuff it. I don't know if that was Drain or if that was Peoples. Let's check it out here. And that was Peoples who's back in there. You know, he went out with that leg injury earlier. And good to see Peoples back in there, but no gain on that play. In fact, might have lost a half yard back to the
stop was made by.
Yeah, he did. Matter of fact, that's just a really good push by our defensive line interior. And as you guys can see on camera, we've got some really good size up front right now. Those dudes are tough to move, and when you couple that with the linebackers and the way they play downhill, it's a tough front.
3rd down and 16. The ball at the 24-yard line of Dickson. Actually, it's 2nd down. My apologies. Twins either side. Bond's back to pass again. Looks left, rolls right, still looking downfield. Getting flushed out, and he finally does find Maxwell at the 34-yard line. Still well short of a first down, but again, he is so dangerous once he breaks that pocket out there.
That guy's all the way down the field on a go route, and he sees him break the pocket, and he just turns and comes back the other way. You talk about a tough cover. That's what makes this such a difficult offense is the trigger man and his ability to extend plays and really, really put a defense in a bind.
So 3rd, call it 7. Bond's back to pass again. And there's Maxwell again out in the flat and just past the sticks at the 44-yard line, picks up the first down.
He kind of seems to be becoming the go-to guy there, and he's a talented receiver and got a quarterback that can put it on the money. It's one of the most difficult routes in football. We talked about it last week, the comeback route, that 10, 15-yard comeback. If the timing is like that, it's very, very difficult to cover if you're in single coverage.
1st and 10. Dickson there on 45-yard line. Jet sweep left for Bond, cuts it back up inside, spins out of one tackle, and then gets gang tackled just shy of midfield.
That was good for his health and well-being to spin out of that because that looked like a missile coming at him there from the second. I think that was Dutton full-speed run-through.
Picks up about 4. Let's call it 2nd and 6. The ball at the 49-yard line. 2:48 left with the clock running before halftime. Twins either side. Bond stays in that shotgun. calls for it, hands it off to Peoples in the backfield, breaks a tackle. He's still on his feet. He's in Leopard territory at the 38-yard line.
Brought down by number 22, Riker McCauley for another Comet first down.
13 yards on the play for Peoples.
Once again, looked like we had an opportunity to tackle that at the line of scrimmage, but Peoples is a good running back, and you're not going to arm tackle that guy, so we got to make sure that we get a hat on him and wrap up.
2:20 left, 1st and 10. Drain in motion, that is Douglas in motion left to right. They flow the wide receiver screen out here to Maxwell, and the Leopards do a good job of getting him out of bounds. Short gain at the 35-yard line, a pickup of 3.
Stop is made by Isaac Cameron.
If I'm not mistaken, Maxwell is also maybe a transfer. I cannot remember where. Maybe somebody had told me he had come from Lawton. So you couple some of those move-ins here with a quarterback that came over from Medill, and all of a sudden you've got some offensive firepower.
Absolutely. People stays in at running back. Bond has 2 receivers either side. Clock running with 1:45 left before halftime. Douglas in motion. Give it to him. Jet sweep headed right. Nowhere to go.
Great
Tries to cut
job.
back, and they'll run him out of bounds on the far side of the field, just shy of the 35.
Great job stringing that out, showing once again our team defensive speed, because I can assure you that that's not an easy play, to stretch all the way to your boundary. It looks like maybe we've got a player down there, but good job by the Leopard defense stringing that play out.
Yeah, Jalen Douglas is the player that was just running that, and he is down on the far sideline over there. Again, let's hope this is nothing serious, but we'll take a timeout while we check on the injured Comet player. 1:34 left before halftime, 24-7 Leopards. We'll be back right after this on KBLP Live.
For all your oil-filled electrical needs, call Michael Shirok with SOS Electrical. SOS is a family-owned business that specializes in oil-filled, industrial, and commercial electrical construction and maintenance. No job is too big, no job is too small. Give SOS a call at 1-405-428-1944 today. Good luck, Leopards! The team at Streamline Services contributes a great deal of their success to hard work, experience, and above all, a positive health and safety protocol. There is every reason they should be your next phone call for any of your oil and gas swabbing needs. Give Austin Smith a call today at 1-405-756-7763 to see how Streamline Services can help with your project while ensuring safety and professionalism without sacrificing quality work being done. Everyone at Streamline Services wishes the best of luck to everyone at Lindsay Public Schools this year. Go Leopards!
We're back after the timeout, and unfortunately Douglas is putting absolutely no weight on that right leg as they help him off the field. That is not a good sign. You hate to see that for that young man. Again, let's hope this is nothing serious. But,
absolutely. That's a good player for them, and certainly don't want to see anybody get hurt out here tonight.
So they will check him on the sideline, and we'll go back to action. 3rd down and 7. The ball at the Leopard 35-yard line. Trips right, single receiver left. Bond back to pass, has people in the backfield. Now he's getting flushed out of the pocket, taken down. There's the flags in the backfield, and he'll just throw this one away.
Another one of those double flaggers there. I think that was pretty obvious to everybody. They tackled Dennis there.
Yep. Dennis was about to get him some of Baylor Bond back there, Balin Bond. And
I don't know much, Greg, but I know when you see a pink and a yellow, it's bad.
It's a bad deal.
Yeah.
And the bad part is for Dickson, it was already a 3rd and 7, but now that flag was laying inside the 45-yard line. But they only mark it back to the 45.
They now mark that from the original line of scrimmage. That's been a relatively new rule change, but it's to avoid that situation there where you've got holding 10 yards behind the line of scrimmage. They no longer mark that from the spot. It's kind of a strange rule, but that is, in fact, the new rule.
So 3rd down, a long way. You got to get all the way to the 28-yard line from the 45. High snap. Bond gets it pulled down. He's looking downfield, still trying to find somebody. Scrambling to his right, still looking downfield, and threw it in the direction of Wolf, who took out about half of his teammates down here on the sideline going after that one, but it'll fall incomplete and bring up a 4th down, and you would think probably force Dickson to punt the ball here with 1:17 left before halftime and try to pin the Leopards deep.
Was a little bit worried there that we might get another interference penalty, but good job by not running through his back right there, and good again, defensive stop there for the Leopards, and we'll see if we can get this ball back and do anything with it.
So back to punt is Wolf. McCulley stands at his own 10-yard line. Leopards come after him. It's a line drive, and we'll get it at the 15 to the 20. Breaks at the 25, gets a block at the 30, the 35, and then fumbled it at the 40, but I think the Leopards jumped back on it.
Oh, really good heads-up play there. I think we did get that, and, man, what a break. What a heads-up play there by Caven.
Yes.
Those are those hustle plays. Those are those hidden things that we've talked about where sometimes you've got to have the ball bounce your way, and sometimes you've got to have that kid giving a little bit of extra effort that just a hard-nosed, do-your-job type guy that exactly did his job there. That's exactly what we needed him to do.
1st and 10 Leopards, their own 40. 1:02 left before halftime. Twins either side. Taylor in the backfield with Cameron. Give it to Taylor right up the middle and drags the defender to the 43-yard line. And wonder if the Leopards are not content to just take this. They do get the ball to start the 3rd quarter.
Gain a couple of yards.
So take another snap here. Trips right. Lawrence is the lone receiver left. Cameron calls for it. Again, Taylor right up the middle, and again, he is tripped up immediately after getting the handoff, and he'll get to the 44, and that's about it.
Another flag.
Yeah.
Looks like it's going to be on Dickson.
Do we have another unsportsmanlike here? We do. Unsportsmanlike on the Comets.
Contact against the Comets.
Another good break for us.
A big break in a case where you were probably just going to let the clock run out.
Oh, absolutely.
There's only 21 seconds left.
Totally changes the mindset now.
Now you're at the Dickson 41-yard line, and you're just a pass away from the end zone, and Whitehead is actually calling all the players together and going to have a little discussion with them saying this is going to have to stop.
Seen a little bit of chippiness out there, and hopefully both sides, if they're contributing to that, will have some cooler heads here, and let's play a clean football game. We certainly don't need either side. You don't need kids getting kicked out. You just have to be smarter than that.
So 1st and 10 at the Dickson 41. Trips right. Lawrence, the lone receiver, left. 21 seconds left on the clock. Cameron. Slant intended for Aguero, and that one was tipped before it got to him.
Number 11.
Good job by number 11 there of reading the eyes right there and jumping right the window. Probably fortunate he didn't get more of a hand on that. That could have been going the other way.
Exactly. So it stops the clock with 18 seconds left, makes it 2nd down and 10 from the Dickson 41. Receivers are now bunched at the line of scrimmage, and looks like we're just going to take a knee here. Cameron does, and that'll be the final play of the first half. So the Leopards gave up a touchdown on the opening kickoff of the game, and then they scored 24 unanswered after that. They've got a 24-7 lead here at halftime. We'll send it over to Andrew, and we'll come up with our officially unofficial stats and have some more here. We've got some area teams that are playing tonight. We'll get some scores maybe and do more of that here during your American Exchange Bank halftime show. We'll do that right after this here on KBLP Live.
Are you tired of doing laundry? Give Sunshine Suds a call and let them do it for you. Sunshine Suds will wash and fold your clothes, and they also offer dry cleaning. Sunshine Suds also does quilting and alterations. Load up that laundry basket and head to Sunshine Suds, located at 107 Southwest 2nd Street in Lindsay, Oklahoma, or give them a call at 405-756-2850.
Tonight's broadcast of Lindsay Leopard football brought to you in part by the Super C Mart, your hometown grocery store, offering everything you need to feed the family, including fresh produce and choice meats. Good luck to the Lindsay Leopard football team from your fans at the Super C Mart.
El Unico Taco Truck is ready to curb your hunger. The traveling taco truck has locations in Lindsay and Blanchard and is available for catering services. You can contact El Unico to book your next event at 405-760-0821. El Unico enjoys supporting all of our Leopards with their Taco Tuesdays. Reach out to El Unico for your next event. You a small business needing a little creative pick-me-up? Do you need to refresh your business cards or looking for a new logo? Is your business Facebook page still using photos from 2019? Tailored Creative Services offers services for logo design, business cards, photography, videography, and pretty much everything in between. Find me on Facebook at Tailored Creative Services, and let's talk about your next project.
T&W Tire is a family-owned, full-service commercial tire company. As a leader in auto repair, T&W is more than just tires. Our highly qualified mechanics can get you back on the road no matter what you drive. We also specialize in serving the tire needs of commercial fleets, oil and gas, construction equipment, and a variety of industrial applications. So for your automotive needs, look no further than T&W Tire, located at 410 Southeast 4th in Lindsay, Oklahoma, or look up one of our many locations on tnwtire.com.
For over 68 years, Winans Funeral Home in Maysville, Oklahoma, has been serving families in the area during their greatest time of need, the loss of a loved one. We treat each family as if they were our own and consider it a true calling to minister to each and every family that calls upon us. We don't take caring for your loved one and your family lightly. Your care is important to us. Call on us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, where our staff can assist your family with immediate need with the loss of a loved one, pre-need arrangement planning, pre-need burial insurance, along with questions regarding funeral burial trust accounts, Veterans Administration, and Social Security benefits questions. Myself, John W. Williams, Teresa, and Claudia are well experienced in these areas and will be more than happy to assist you in any way we can. Winans Funeral Home in Maysville, where you are family.
Hey, Lindsay community. My name is Christian Torres, and I am the minister for the Lindsay Church of Christ. We would like to invite you to come and worship with us on Sundays at 10:45 a.m. and Wednesdays at 7 p.m. We're located at 1205 West Cherokee Street. Here at the Lindsay Church of Christ, you will find the truth of God's Word, spoken in love, and a group of people who love God and one another. Do you have a Bible question? Well, we have a Bible answer. Come and worship with us and be edified at the Lindsay Church of Christ.
Comets Insurance provides insurance coverage to best suit your needs. We offer auto, home, farm, life, and business policies. Come by 109 West Chickasaw or call 405-756-2253. Clements Insurance is carrying on the tradition to satisfy you. So come see me, Keith, or Beth. Go Lindsay.
The Aaron Springs Baptist Church is a proud supporter of the Lindsay Leopard football team and would like to invite you to join them for Sunday school at 9:30, Sunday morning worship services at 10:45, Sunday evenings at 6, and Wednesdays at 7. Good luck, Leopards, from everybody at Aaron Springs Baptist Church.
For all your tax services, contact Grant and Katie Johnson, CPA. Grant and Katie are certified public accountants that provide full-service accounting, bookkeeping, payroll, and tax services. With 2 offices, one located at 600 Southeast 4th Street in Lindsay, Oklahoma, and another at 313 North Walnut in Pauls Valley, Grant and Katie are ready to meet your CPA needs. Give Grant or Katie a call at 405-238-2727 and set up your appointment today.
Get your game day, or any day, off to a great start with Hot Mess Coffee at 213 South Main in Lindsay. Hot Mess Coffee Co. offers coffees, lattes, teas, and other tasty beverages, plus great food, too. Good luck to the Lindsay Leopards from Hot Mess Coffee Co. and Java House Realty at 213 South Main in Lindsay.
Legacy Roofing is a family-owned and operated business that serves Lindsay, Oklahoma and surrounding areas. We specialize in getting your home back to its best. Whether it be annual wear and tear or storm damage, we don't just fix roofs, we take care of your home. Legacy Roofing, family-owned, community-focused, and always here for you. Call us today for a free estimate at 405-756-8855 and let us protect your home with the care it deserves.
Looking for top quality concrete that gets the job done right? At Jerry Tucker Cementing, we provide premium, ready-mix concrete for any project, big or small. Our concrete is mixed to perfection, ensuring strength, durability, and a flawless finish every time. Whether you're a contractor or a DIYer, our concrete is the solid choice you can trust.
If you find yourself in Chickasha, Oklahoma, stop by Legends Pub House and Venue for lunch or supper. Legends also brings you some of the best concerts around. Everyone at Legends would like to wish the Lindsay Leopards good luck this football season. Go Leopards!
Too hot to mow? Too busy to mow? Don't sweat it. Grow and Behold Landscaping meets all your professional lawn care needs for residential and commercial properties. Licensed, insured, always dependable. Whether it's residential mowing and pest control or commercial landscaping, when it grows up, we show up. Call Grow and Behold Landscaping now for your free quote at 405-926-1492. Mention KBLP for a 5% discount on your first service.
We're on. Back here at halftime. The Lindsay Leopards with a 24-7 lead over the Dickson Comets here in Dickson, and we're going to get to your officially unofficial stats brought to you by Grow and Behold Landscaping. Whether it's residential mowing and pest control or commercial landscaping, when it grows up, they show up. Grow and Behold Landscaping. Make sure you mention KBLP when you call for your free quote, and you'll even get a 5% discount on your first service. Grow and Behold Landscaping bringing you our officially unofficial stats from the first half, and we look at the offensive stats, and I look at my numbers, and I'm always scared that I don't get things written down when I'm trying to keep up with the action and write all this down anyway, but I look at these numbers and go, I had to have missed a bunch, but then again, who knows? We'll look at first for the Dickson Comets, who had 41 yards of net total on the ground on 15 rush plays, and they were led by number 2 for the Comets, and that is Easton Peoples, and Peoples ended up with 36 net yards on 5 carries. Quarterback Balin Bond had 7 carries for 10 yards. De'Eric Drains had a couple of carries, but a net of 0. And then Douglas came in there and had a couple of carries, a -5 for him, a net yardage, but he ended up coming out of the game with a lower leg injury, it appeared, and so I don't know if we will see Douglas here in this second half. Looking at the passing numbers for the quarterback, Baylor Bond, and I have him unofficially 6 of 11 for 51 yards through the air. His favorite receiver so far has been Tequilon Maxwell. Maxwell has 4 catches for 38 yards so far here in the ballgame. 1 for 15 for Tatum Wolf, and then Drain out of the backfield had 1 catch, lost 2 yards on that one, but a net of 51 yards through the air for Bond, 6 of 11 for 51 yards on the night. For the Lindsay Leopards, and this is when I really start questioning things, a net of 24 yards on the ground for the Leopards. That's 11 run plays. And Dutton Taylor ends up with 7 carries and just 24 yards. And you go, well, he had a 17-yard touchdown run. How does he only have 24 yards? But he had a play that lost 8 yards, too. So 24 yards on 7 carries unofficially for Dutton Taylor in the first half. And Isaac Cameron ends up with 4 carries and 0 yards. He had a big loss play as well. In that first half. But 11 carries, 24 yards for the Leopards on the ground. Through the air, Cameron unofficially 3 of 7 for 95 yards. For 2 touchdowns. 15-yard pass to Tug Fott, but then the big 76-yard touchdown pass to Rocker McCulley, and then Manny Aguero had his first touchdown catch of the season tonight as he picked up, and I think that was McCulley's first touchdown catch too as well. But 4 yards on that touchdown pass to Manny Aguero for his 1 catch. 3 catches, 95 yards for the Leopards through the air again. Both of the 2 of those 3 were touchdown passes. We're going to go over, and Andrew is going to move off of the live stream long enough to do our defensive stats for us. So we'll send it over to Andrew Lyon.
Hey, thanks, Greg. It's proven a little bit difficult doing double duty over here, but doing my best job here. I'll start with defense for Dickson. Leading tacklers tonight, number 11, Caleb Hollis, with 3.5 tackles. Easton Peoples with 2. Henry Guess with a tackle and a half, and Xander Caraway also with 1.5 tackles. Holding the Leopards only to 24 yards rushing on 11 total plays. That's 2.2 yards per rush, a very small average for the Leopards. So pretty good. Excuse me. Hopefully that loudspeaker isn't messing us up. Only 2.2 yards per rush. Pretty good defense by the Comets. Passing-wise, 95 yards allowed on 6 plays for 15.8 yards. So not quite as good in the pass protection there with that couple of good long pass plays. In total, 119 yards allowed on 17 total plays for 7 yards per play. Penalties for Dickson, they had 4 for 45 yards, a couple of those pretty costly penalties. Yeah. Switching over to Lindsay, leading tacklers for the Leopards. Dutton Taylor with 6 this half, so he's having a big night defensively. Let's see, Aiden Self coming in the game as a freshman, 3.5 tackles. Isaac Cameron with 3, also forced fumble recorded for Isaac Cameron. Let's see, we had a kick block, Aiden Beck, that was a great play. Also the fumble recovery by Manny Aguero. Tug Fott records a sack as well. So pretty good defense by the Leopards. They held Dickson to just 41 yards rushing on 15 plays for 2.7. So also a pretty small rushing average. Not much getting done on the ground tonight in this ball game either way. Passing-wise, 51 yards on 15 plays for just 3.4 yards per pass. So pretty good for the Leopards, both in the rushing defense and passing defense. In total, they allow 92 yards on 30 plays. That's 3.1 yards per play. So pretty good averages there for the Leopards. Of course, they let the Comets run back that opening kickoff. I'm sure they're kicking themselves about that, but they have picked it up a notch. They've allowed a few long plays in the pass protection. That's to be expected tonight with a couple of good targets out there and a good quarterback and just an elusive quarterback. We're chasing him around all night. We knew that coming in. We expected them to get a few of those. All in all, I think the Leopards holding their own here defensively. Penalties-wise, the Leopards had 3 for just 35 yards. Pretty good night penalties-wise for the Leopards. We've had some pretty big penalty nights, and let's hope we keep them low for the remainder of the game. There's your defensive stats, and I'll give it back to you, and I'll jump back on the computer here.
All right, a big thank you to Andrew. Again, he's trying to do double duty tonight and keep up with those stats while he's running the live stream. So appreciate him doing that. But, again, 24-7, our halftime score here in Dickson. The Leopards on top of the Comets. We'll send it back over, and we'll take a quick timeout here. I'm tracking down some of our area teams and the scores going on tonight, and maybe a surprise or two to tell you about here in a minute. So don't go away. We're back with more of your American Exchange halftime show and your halftime stats brought to you by Grow and Behold Landscaping. And we'll be back right after this on KBLP Live.
American Exchange Bank, right here in Lindsay, is a locally owned and operated community bank that believes in just that. You, a community of fellow Leopards. We love our customers. We feel very grateful for each one. So if you are looking for a safe place to put your money, need help achieving that next dream project, or are simply looking for a different banking experience, give us a call at 405-756-3101. We look forward to serving you each day. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
Asher Oilfield Services. Success starts here. We have decades of experience and consistently exceed our customers' expectations. Contact us for all your flowback needs. Check us out on the web at asheroilfield.com.
For all your construction needs, give Brad Taylor a call with B&S Construction at 1-405-428-0039. B&S Construction specializes in concrete pads, sidewalks, and metal buildings of all sizes. Call Brad today for a free estimate. The crew at B&S Construction would like to wish the Leopards a safe and successful season. Go Lindsay!
BC Factoring and Finance is a local, family-owned finance company. We assist small businesses with flexible and creative financing solutions to meet their cash flow needs. Call us to discuss ways we can help free up your time to focus on building your business. Visit us online at bcfactoring.com or give us a call at 405-259-2104. Go, Lindsay!
Craving a taste of authentic Mexico right here in town? Head over to Casa 13. Dive into a variety of salsas, from zesty and mild to bold and spicy. Order to go and settle in for all your Leopard action at home. And don't forget the drinks. Or come in and catch the Friday night football games live and curb your hunger. Late night watching Leopard football? Let us cook breakfast for you. Now serving breakfast Saturdays and Sundays. Come see us at 110 Southeast 4th Street. Go Leopards!
We're back here at halftime. The Leopards with a 24-7 lead over Dickson. Let's get to some of our area scores. Check on some of the teams and see what's going on tonight. Blanchard is on the road at Bethany, and the Lions trail the Broncos 14-13. That game last shown in the third quarter out of Class 4A. Down to Class 3A. And the Purcell Dragons are hosting Kingfisher tonight, and Kingfisher has a lead of 35-14 at halftime over the Dragons. And then Pauls Valley is hosting Plainview tonight, and Plainview has a 34-0 lead over the Panthers. That game in the second quarter when that one was reported. Drop down to Class 2A, and, of course, our game here, 24-7, the Leopards with the lead. And then we'll look at the other teams in District 2A 1-2. And we'll look at the Crossings Christian, who is on the road at Little Axe. Little Axe leads Crossings Christian 8-7 at halftime. That's interesting. Little Axe defeated Lexington last week, and now they're leading Crossings at halftime tonight. Little Axe may be on an uptick this year. Speaking of Lexington, they are at Marlow tonight, and they're running into the same Outlaw team that we met last week. It's 55-0 Marlow at halftime of that ball game there in Marlow. Washington is hosting Marietta tonight, 41-0 Warriors, that game at halftime. And then the Dibble Demons, who defeated Davis last week, are at CCS tonight, and the Demons are up 21-0 over CCS. That game at halftime as well. Drop down to Class A, and Rush Springs is at Elmore City Purnell, and Rush has a 14-6 lead in the third quarter of that game. Wayne is hosting Wilson tonight. Wilson with a 43-0 lead in the second quarter of that game. Wynnewood is at Christian Heritage, and Wynnewood with a 17-7 lead over Christian Heritage at halftime. Drop down to Class B, and Empire is at the Ellick Longhorns tonight, and Empire has a 34-6 lead over the Longhorns. That game is in the third quarter as well. Central Marlowe at Maysville, and Central Marlowe has a 28-12 lead over the Maysville Warriors. And then we talk about Class C Paola, and they're hosting Midway tonight, and Paola, the Pugs, have a 20-6 lead. And that game, I think, also was at halftime when I got that score. So there's their area scores from around the area, and we'll keep up with some of those as we can through this second half, but that'll wrap up our American Exchange Bank halftime show here from Dickson as the Dickson band takes us off the field here. We will take a timeout, send it over to Andrew, and we'll be back with the start of the third quarter. The Lindsay Leopards will be receiving the kickoff, and we'll do that after this timeout here on KBLP Live.
This is Paul Bean, pastor of Calvary Baptist Church, inviting you and your family to join us this Sunday for worship. Bible study classes begin at 9:30 a.m. and worship follows at 10:45 a.m. You're also invited to join us on Wednesday nights for our Wednesday night meal at 5:15 p.m. with classes following at 6 p.m. Come and join us and discover what God is doing at Calvary. We are located at 410 West Chickasaw. You can also visit us on the web at cbclindsay.com.
Tonight's football broadcast is brought to you in part by the City of Lindsay, proud supporters of Lindsay Leopard football and all student endeavors at Lindsay Public Schools. Keep up with local information and events at cityoflindsay.com, which now offers easy online bill pay. Good luck to the Leopards this football season from the City of Lindsay.
Clements Insurance provides insurance coverage to best suit your needs. We offer auto, home, farm, life, and business policies. Come by 109 West Chickasaw or call 405-756-2253. Clements Insurance is carrying on the tradition to satisfy you. So come see me, Keith, or Beth. Go Lindsay.
Attention Lindsay, Design It has a brand new home at 306 South Main, and we can't wait for you to see it. Step into our fresh new space and check out our latest spirit designs to cheer on your favorite local school teams. Whether you're looking for custom apparel, spirit gear, or unique designs that show your school pride, Design It has you covered. Come celebrate our new location today at 306 South Main Street in Lindsay, because at Design It, school spirit starts here.
The Aaron Springs Baptist Church is a proud supporter of the Lindsay Leopard football team and would like to invite you to join them for Sunday school at 9:30, Sunday morning worship services at 10:45, Sunday evenings at 6, and Wednesdays at 7. Good luck, Leopards, from everybody at Aaron Springs Baptist Church.
This is Dr. Matt Shelton with Lindsay Family Dentistry. I'm a 1997 graduate of Lindsay High School and have been practicing dentistry in Lindsay since 2006. We welcome you to come by our dental practice so we can help you and your family with all your dental needs. We offer dental services for everyone at every age, from braces to aligners to crowns, bridges, dentures, and implants. Give us a call today at 405-756-4093 or stop by at 102 Southwest 7th Street and let us give you the healthy, beautiful smile you've always dreamed of.
Are you struggling to find a health insurance plan that fits your needs as well as your budget? Let me, Matt Powers, a licensed insurance agent, help you navigate the insurance maze and find the best plan for you. Together, we'll search a variety of plans from nationally recognized carriers at no cost to you. We can talk over the phone or in person. Why stress or wonder if you're choosing the right plan when I can help you for free? Call today and let me help you.
Hey, welcome back to Dickson. Greg Peary, John Inman filling in for Andrew tonight, who's filling in for JD tonight. Glad to hear JD's doing well. And I will mention again, say a prayer for Glenn Shoemake, if you would. Glenn's in the hospital. We're praying for him to get out of there soon and do better. But I know he's listening in tonight. Paige Sutherland, Jason Wallenberg, Kevin Scruggs, Eric Bearden up here with us. John and I are going to take you through the second half. Andrade has it teed up for the Comets. Taylor and McCulley are back deep for the Leopards as we get the third quarter underway here in Dickson.
Hopefully we're watching for the onside here.
Deep kick headed in the direction of McCulley. He'll take it at the 17, maybe the 13. And right up the middle, he's got through. He's at the 40, the 50, the 40, the 20, the 30, then the 25, the 20, and finally Wolf will catch up with him and take him out of bounds at the Dickson 12-yard line. He was covering yardage so fast I couldn't get my yard line straightened out of where he was at.
He picked up a good block there about the 50-yard line, and it was two Dickson guys running into one another. So that really sprung him there. And, again, those are just some of those breaks that you hope will go your way there.
So the Leopards set up shop, and they're actually going to put him, looks like, at the 13-yard line of Dickson. As the Leopards look to try to put this one out of reach early. Curry races off the field, and the Leopards will set up here with twins left. Single receiver right is Thought. Taylor right up the middle. Nobody even touched him. Touchdown, Leopards.
Man, that was easy. That was just right up the gut, really well blocked. And once you get that dude going downhill at that speed, he's going to be a hard running back to tackle.
That was almost like that 17-yarder when we got the ball back at the 17-yard line after the block punt. And the very first play was Taylor over left tackle, and he took it right to the house. That one was from 13 yards out, did the same thing. Now let's talk about a two-point conversion. High snap, Taylor into the end zone untouched for the two-point conversion. Wash, rinse, repeat. Taylor to the end zone, his second rushing touchdown of the night, his, I think, fourth conversion of the night. And it is 32-7 Leopards, and we've played a total of 18 seconds here in the third quarter.
Well, that was not quite as fast as their score in the first half, but that's just about as well as you could draw that up for the first possession of the second half. So whatever cobwebs there may have been there early in the game, it looks like we've kind of shaken those off, and they've got our attention. We're playing well.
Absolutely. 11:42 left here in the third. It's 32-7 Leopards, and Leopards will kick it back off here now with a 25-point lead. Tug Thought will tee it up for the Leopards. Wolf back deep along with Drain for the Comets.
Keep an eye here on Aiden Self, see if he can make another special teams play here.
He's been there all over the place tonight. Good kick from Thought. Wolf will take it at the 10. Right up the middle of the field and just keeps it in the middle. And
brought down at the Dickson 27-yard line.
He got out to about the 27.
Good hit there. Let's see, who was that, number 50?
21, Doc Lively on the stop.
Yeah, Doc Lively. Good lick there, and it looked like Maddox Albright was in on that as well. Good to see those freshmen getting those opportunities. That's a great place for them to do it, on kickoff, as long as they've got the right nature about them, which is the willingness to run full speed down the field and hit somebody.
So first and 10 Dickson, their own 26-yard line. Bond's got twin receivers right and left. Drain the lone setback. Drain jet sweep right. Cuts it back up inside and then ran into a couple of white shirts right in the 31-yard line.
Looks like Manuel coming from his outside line. Let's see, was he an outside linebacker or safety? I know they've been mixing him up a little bit, giving some different looks, and that's just a credit to him and his versatility. It's pretty nice when you can have a guy that can be interchangeable in a couple different places.
Drain picks up 5. We'll call it at 2nd and 5 at the 31.
They've actually got Manuel lining up at some inside linebackers, so I bet that's maybe in some sort of spy capacity on a running quarterback. Here's moving out.
Trips right, single receiver the other direction, and here comes Drain this way on the jet sweep. And again, the Leopards do a great job of stringing it out, and he might have got a yard to the 32, and that's about it.
Well, you just see really good discipline there, you know, of not sticking your nose inside, making sure you attack the proper shoulder, fighting through the leverage, and that's how that works. And then your inside-out pursuit, you know, occupies those open gaps. So with our speed and our discipline there, it's just nowhere to run to.
3rd and a long 5.
3rd and 6.
They'll go twins either side this time. Drain in the backfield with Bond as he works again from the shotgun. Calls for it. Back to pass. Flushed out of the pocket. Diggering right there on him. Gus tasting him. And he finally gets it in the direction of a number 10 over there.
Up.
And that
Thought
is
that might happen there.
Booker with the catch, but we may have a late hit over there?
Going to have a late hit. Looked like, you know, just that pursuit taking him to the sideline. It's very difficult there to pull up in that situation, but that's absolutely what you have to do. You know, just with an official standing right there and going out of bounds, not get that extra shot.
Personal foul on the defense.
Really was no gain on the reception, but the 15-yard penalty for the late hit's going to move the ball all the way out to the 47-yard line.
Coach Embry hasn't been doing it long enough, but those are the plays that add gray hairs to your head. So as you guys can see, I've had more than my fair share of those. You know, it has nothing to do with 2 daughters or anything like that, but we'll bounce back here. Got to make sure we're not offsides.
And the quarterback keeper right up the middle for Bond. Jukes a couple of guys, and then
Boyd on the keeper.
Brought down there was that Taylor. Yeah, Taylor finally took him down, but he got into Leopard territory at the 46-yard line.
I did find out at halftime that is a cousin to Spencer Bond, who was a phenomenal quarterback. I think he went to Northeastern State that played down at Medill when I was at Pauls Valley.
So Bond picks up 6. 2nd down and 4. Leopard 46-yard line. Twins either side. And they'll throw the bubble screen out for Maxwell, and I'm not sure he ever got a hold of it. Yeah, they say he did.
I think he caught it, but when knee was on the ground immediately, and that may have been good for his health because number 2 for Lindsay, I think, had a beat on it and was full speed ahead. Lost a yard.
Lost a yard on that one, so it's going to bring up a
4 yards for Comets.
3rd down and a long 4, almost 5. Back at the 47-yard line. Again, a single back set, trips left, single receiver right. Bond. The zone read. He leaves it in the gut of Drain, and Drain finds his way through the line, and he will outrun the Leopards all the way to the end zone.
On the run for a touchdown, Comets!
47-yard touchdown run for De'Eric Drain.
Really good discipline by Bond right there to be able to string that thing out. That's one of the hardest things to do, to carry out that action that far. But as you can see, it kind of freezes the defense a little bit, and we didn't have our backside pursuit where it needed to be.
Makes it 30-13. First score for the Comets since they took the opening kickoff back for a touchdown. Looks like they're going to line up and go for 2 here. Bond will have Drain in the backfield. Paulson is the slot left. Twins right, single receiver left is Wolf. Quarterback keeper all the way looking right, now reverses his field, comes back left, and he's got all kinds of room and the athleticism to get to the end zone. So 32-15 now. The Leopards with the lead with 8:28 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. We'll send it back over to Andrew. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back with more Leopard football presented by the American Exchange Bank after this on KBLP Live.
Looking for your next adventure? Head to Morris Motorsports in Chickasha. We carry top brands like Polaris, Can-Am, Kawasaki, and Honda, Plus, we offer a full-service and parts department. Whether it's ATVs, side-by-sides, motorcycles, or accessories, we've got what you're looking for. Visit morrismotorsports.com or give us a call at 405-224-6113. At Morris Motorsports, we don't just sell machines, we sell fun.
Back here in the third quarter, 8:28 left to go in the third, 32-15 now as the Comets found an answer after the Leopards took the third quarter opening kickoff all the way down to the 12, scored in just one play. Actually from the 13, and now Andrade will have it teed up again for the Comets. McCulley and Taylor back deep for the Leopards. Pooch kick this time. Fair catch called for by Tug Fott at the 36-yard line.
I thought that might be what we would get there, either an onside or some sort of push after that big return by Riker last series.
We're not going to take a chance on that happening again. So the Leopards will have it first and 10. They're on 36-yard line to start this possession with 8:28 left here in the third. And it looks like Aguero will be split wide right. Fott will be split left along with Lawrence. Torres is going to line up as tight end right this time. Taylor in the backfield with Cameron from the shotgun. High snap. Cameron with the quarterback keeper right up the middle. That one a little more production than he's been able to get out of that play so far. He gets out to the 44-yard line, picks up 8 yards.
Same scheme they ran last week with some success against Marlowe, and just a little quarterback counter with, not sure if we're faking the flare out of the backfield or if that's an RPO read, but that's been a difficult play for teams to defend.
Second down and 3. High snap again, but Taylor pushes the man out of the way, breaks it to the left. He's at the 50, the 45, the 40, and then gets run out of bounds on the far side of the field near the 35-yard line. Huge play for Dutton Taylor.
Dutton learned after that shoestring tackle in the second quarter, and he did a good job there keeping his feet up and his knees driving, was able to get the edge, and had a chance to break that one. With his speed, it wouldn't have surprised me.
21 yards on that play. First and 10 Leopards there at the Dickson 35-yard line. Aguero will split right. McCulley and Lawrence are split left. Fott in the backfield now. He'll get the handoff right up the middle, puts his head down, still on his feet, still fighting forward, and he'll get 5. I think they'll actually mark him at the 31, give him 4.
We ran what I believe is power there, but I'm not sure. A little bit of confusion there on the blocking assignments. We didn't get the seal in the kick like you would hope.
So bring up a 2nd and 6. Trips right, Lawrence the lone receiver left. Fott stays in the backfield with Cameron. Cameron gets caught in the backfield. He's going to get slung down from behind.
Henry Gass on the stop on the quarterback side.
They'll mark him at the 38-yard line on the loss.
Not sure if looked like we had a little bit of mistiming there in the backfield again. That's hurt us a couple of times.
3rd and 13 for Lindsay.
So loss of 7, 3rd down and 13. Cameron back to pass this time. Has time. He's got a McCulley out in the flat. Nice job there. McCulley gets it back at the 30-yard line. Makes it a manageable 3rd down now. Or that was 3rd down. Now it is 4th down.
Definitely a go-for-it opportunity here.
Back to pass. Got the wide receiver screen set up. McCulley has it, and he slips. tried to make a cut, slipped down, and he's going to come up short, and the Leopards are going to turn it over on downs.
Safety did a really good job of reading that. I thought we had a play there, but he immediately, when he saw the bubble, was full speed downhill and was able to get enough of it there to trip him up and stop us short. Good play by the safety.
So 1st and 10 Dickson after the Leopards turn it over on downs. They'll have it at their own 27-yard line. Bond will have an empty backfield. 3 receivers right, 2 left. Drain will go in motion right to left. Back to pass, looking to his left. Now backed out and looks to his right. He's got Maxwell out in the flat, and he throws it right through his hands.
Again, really good discipline just with our secondary of making sure that they play from the back of the zone up to the front, not bite on anything short. Always keep it in front of you. That's easier said than done, but you can tell these guys have worked hard on that this week in practice, and they're doing a really good job of it. Good pressure there by Dennis as well.
There is Drain trying to find the edge, and he cannot get there. McCulley tracking him down from behind. Actually, that is Aguero, not McCulley.
Aguero and Eli Curry there converging. Looked like they might have a play, but again, just our hustle and pursuit from inside and staying with it and stopping there for a loss.
Loss of 2 back to the 25. It's 3rd down and 12. Again, empty backfield. Trips right, single receiver left. Bond from the shotgun. Back to pass, looking to his right. Got the stop route. Caught by Maxwell, but hit immediately. Will Lawrence and Taylor both there. And Maxwell slow to get up. That was a shot to the back right there as he caught that.
Absolutely. That's just one of those balls just a little bit high and you're exposed, and really good job there defensively of just timing everything up and being in the right spot more than anything.
Catch was made at the 28 for a 3-yard reception for Maxwell, but it'll be 4th down.
Good defensive answer there by the Leopards.
And it's hard to say there's a flag. It looks like Coach Embry is saying decline.
Illegal procedure against Dickson is declined. It'll bring up 4th and about 12.
So Wolf will back up into punt formation. And Manny Aguero back deep inside his own 35. See if the Leopards can get another block here. Good punt. Aguero takes it at the 43, to the 50, to the 45, and then just shy of the 40 in Dickson territory at the 41-yard line.
Good job by Manny there coming up and fielding that and, getting vertical and starting us off on the plus side.
So the Leopards will once again start on the Dickson side of the 50 with 4:34 left in the 3rd. They have a 32-15 lead over the Comets.
On Comet 41-yard line.
Taylor will check back in at running back. Aguero and Fott will split right. Lawrence is split left. Torres lines up in the slot left. From the pistol, Taylor jukes left, gets a block on the edge, gets to the sideline, and then gets run out of bounds over there inside the 30. They'll mark him at the 29-yard line. That's a pickup of 12 on a 1st down.
Good individual effort. The initial spot wasn't there, and Dutton's able to bounce that and turn it into a really positive game.
About 12, and that's the 1st down for the
1st down, Leopards at the 29 of Dickson. Same formation with Fott and Aguero right, Lawrence left. Taylor in the backfield. Fake it to him this time to slant. Not there for Aguero. Again, a little behind him. Could not come up with it, and it'll be an incomplete pass.
A little bit behind maybe, but it looked like a little bit early by the safety there. But
Defended by Shaylin Brown.
maybe it was just perfect timing.
Stops the clock with 4:20 left, 4:21 left in the third. Fought now the lone receiver right as Aguero has joined Lawrence on the left side. Cameron calls for it. The jet sweep left for Taylor. Heads down the sideline. He's at the 15, out to 10, and we've got a flag on the field at the 15-yard line. Let's see what the penalty is here.
Probably going to be a hold out there, probably with the receiver, just a little bit of extra effort. And sometimes that's difficult when it breaks the plane there and guys trying to get off the block. You get a little extra grab.
And it is a hold on the Leopards, so a nice effort from Taylor, but
holding against the offense.
That one will be marked off from the spot and move the ball back to the 25-yard line.
He didn't mean to, though, for what that's worth.
Yeah, it was an accident.
Yeah.
So second down and the ball at the 25 now. So we'll call it 2nd and 6. Here goes Aguero from the backfield, getting around the edge, cuts it to 20, gets upended, and should have a first down. Let's see.
Stop is made by De'Eric Green.
Should have made it to the 18-yard line, which should be a first down. And they do.
First down, Lindsay.
Pickup of 7 on that one for Aguero from the backfield. Again, Twins left. Aguero from the pistol. Cameron, another bad snap.
Fumble.
Too high, had to just fall on it. And the loss will go back to the 24-yard line.
Having a hard time there for some reason getting all that kicked out, and I'm not sure if they're hopping around blocks or if we've got some confusion on our blocking assignments, but that's been we've had difficulty the last few times running that.
Loss of 8 on that one. Back to the 24. We're going to bring up a second down and 18. Aguero stays in the backfield as a running back. Trips left. Curry, the lone receiver, right. And the zone read, they'll leave it with Aguero. He got to the edge, but quickly closes down. And he'll pick up a couple of yards.
Booker, number 10.
And actually do better than that. They'll give him down to the 16-yard line.
Gain of about 8 yards on that play.
So it's going to bring up third, and we'll call it 8 from the 16 of Dickson.
I wondered there. I thought you were a pretty harsh critic. I thought that was pretty positive play for the Leopards.
It was. Back to pass Cameron. The stop right out on the edge, and Lawrence could not pull it down. And now brings up a fourth down.
Will Lawrence. Fourth and 7 for the Leopards.
Call it 4th down and 7 there at the Dickson 16-yard line. See if they can get this one off. Trips right. Lawrence, the lone receiver, left. Back to pass Cameron. Rolling to his right. Still looking. Throws and was kind of in the direction of Aguero, but wasn't real close, and it'll be an incomplete pass, and the Leopards will have another turnover on downs.
Comets will take over on downs.
Isaac got up a little bit gimpy there. It'll be interesting to see if he's on the field defensively this series.
2:31 left here in the third. It is 32-15 Leopards. And Dickson heads back out on offense with the ball at their own 16-yard line after the Leopards turn it over on downs. Drain will check in at the running back spot. Bond will have twins either side with Drain in the backfield. First to 10, they're on 16. Bond back to pass. Looking, ran right into Torres, who I think got a little shove right there, and he threw it in the direction of guess who? That is number 17, Tatum Wolf, who made a fantastic catch. Has the ball out to the 40-yard line.
Big first and 10.
I thought we easily had him sacked in the backfield, and he just, again, shows the escapability and athleticism and absolutely puts the ball on the money. What a great catch by Wolf.
24 yards on that one. Single back set, twins either side, and they'll give it to Drain, looking for a hole up the middle, and snuck through momentarily. But Deggering in there along with Aiden Beck stops him for a short gain out to the 43-yard line.
Tell you what, overall, this is one of the bigger offensive lines we have faced, and that's saying something given the fact that we just played Marlowe last week. But, man, they've got some size and the ability to get some good movement.
A couple of 300-pounders up there. Trips right, single receiver left, Drained the lone setback. Bond with a 2nd and 7. Again, gets flushed out of the pocket, rolling to his right, looking downfield, and he had a wide open receiver at the Leopard 30. And see, that's Maxwell.
I think looks like we just got a little bit lost in coverage there. I don't know that was so much scramble drill of him coming back to the football, but more so maybe just some sort of miscommunication in the back end.
So from the Dickson 43 to the Leopard 27. 30 yards on that reception for Maxwell. This time they'll go back to Drain, looking for a hole, can't find it. Finally got away from the grasp there of the Leopards. That was 67. That's Gimo Hernandez. But a loss back to the 30-yard line.
Once again, good job staying disciplined. They tried to cut that back, but we took away the cutback as well and had really good pursuit.
50 seconds left to go here in the third. Empty backfield for Bond now. 3 receivers right, 2 left. 2nd and 13. Man in motion left to right. Looking that way. Chased out of the bear by Beck, and he'll track him down at the 40. The speed of Aiden Beck tracks him down.
All the way on a blitz from the outside linebacker backside. Again, just more speed and athleticism, and a really good play there by Beck.
So went from 2nd and 13 to 3rd and 23 now, back at the Leopard 40.
Third, about 24 yards.
Looks like we've got a timeout on the field.
That's the end of the quarter. So the Leopards trying to keep Dickson from adding to that score, but right now they're up by 17, 32-15 our score. We'll send it over to Andrew. Take a timeout. We're back with the 4th quarter right after this. This is Leopard football. It is presented by the American Exchange Bank here on KBLP Live.
The Board of Directors, physicians, and employees of the Lindsay Municipal Hospital would like to take this time to recognize the Lindsay High School football team, the coaches, and players. Good luck, Leopards, from your fans at the Lindsay Municipal Hospital. And remember, if a medical emergency arises, call or visit the Lindsay Municipal Hospital, another Leopard supporter.
Dr. Mike Beckman and all of his staff at 301 South Main Street in Lindsay would like to wish the Lindsay High School football team good luck this season. To schedule your next eye exam, call Dr. Beckman's office at 405-756-4414. Operating hours are from 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Thursday and 8:30 to noon on Friday. Call 405-756-4414 or stop by at 301 South Main in Lindsay. Go Leopards from everybody at Dr. Mike Beckman's office.
First, we have senior Miley Kosmicki.
We are back with the start of the fourth quarter, 32-15. The Leopards with the lead. And we will try to talk over the PA announcer.
We're not having much luck.
Dickson with a third down and 23 at the Leopard 40. Empty backfield for Bond. 3 left, 2 right. Steps up in the pocket, runs away from it. It's got some room. Now it closes down, and Dutton Taylor finishes him off.
Junior Lindsay Hernandez.
And that's going to bring up a 4th and long now for Dickson. They're at the Leopard 36-yard line.
Looked like he had a little something there, but again, that's until Dutton Taylor gets you in his sights, and he gobbles up space quickly.
4th, we'll call it 19.
Tracy Benner. Danny Butler. Kelsey Caulfield.
Trips left, 2 receivers right for Bond.
Jones. Alyssa Loveland.
Leopard defense looking to try to
Brianna Shanholzer.
get a turnover on down of their own here. And the flags fly. I think we got another delay of game. And we do. So add 5. Move the ball back to the 41-yard line. Yeah, I started to say it.
I would think that might bring up a thought at least of possibly punting it here. I think that's what they're going to do.
Yep. Move it back to the 41. Had a chance maybe with 4th and 19, but now when you got a 4th and 24, probably not. So Wolf will look to pin the Leopards D. DeGuerro stands at his own 10. Oh, the snap. The punter wasn't ready for it. And he retreats. The Leopards chase. And they will. It's a fumble, and the Leopards recover at the 45. So we end up with some action there, but we get positive yardage out of it because the fumble gives it to us back at the 45. And guess who was there? Number 28.
Lindsay takes over on down.
There's our guy Self. He's been a special teams dynamo this evening.
Marlowe over Lexington, 62-0.
So the Leopards take over. 10:40 left to go.
Little Axe over Crossings Christian, 16-13 in the third.
I'm going to guess they probably wish they would have gone for it now.
Yeah, probably so.
Washington 5-0 over Mary.
It's usually how it works. Second guess yourself, and then you get a negative play.
So Leopards have it 1st and 10 at the Dickson 45. 10:40 left to go in the ballgame. Aguero and Fott are split right. Curry is split left. Torres will line up in the slot left with Taylor in the backfield. Cameron works from the shotgun. 1st and 10. Calls for it. Option play. Cameron's going to keep it himself to the 40, to the 35. Puts his head down at the 30, and finally will get drug out of bounds just shy of the 25-yard line. Huge run on the option play.
Really well done. I kind of misdiagnosed that. I was looking at the blocking scheme down here at the bottom of the formation, and next thing you know, we've got option going away from it. So good job, good read by Isaac there, and he shows what he can do with his legs.
Pickup of 16 on the play. 1st and 10. Right up the middle goes Taylor, and had an opening momentarily, but then got pushed backward by a host of Dickson Comets, and looks like they'll give him about the 22.
We were good on the initial push, but we just have to maintain those blocks and keep running our feet. They've been able to fall off of those and tackle us where we should have had some big gains.
Second down, we'll call it 6 at the 22. Twins either side. Pistol formation right up the middle, Taylor. And again, pretty good defensive play right there from Dickson. That was number 4, Reese Avery.
They were bringing the house there.
Reese Avery.
A little bit of a desperation blitz, but it gets home, and that's one of those, risk reward. If they don't make that play in the backfield, he may be making his head off the goalpost.
Pickup of 3 that time for Taylor. Call it 3rd down and 3 from the 19. Okay, 3rd down and 4 from the 19. Zone read, fought, got by one man, and then gets caught from behind.
Really good
down
play,
from behind.
and we're going to have a horse collar there too. He had just good athleticism there. Kind of had to hop over a guy and off balance and one-legged, but he's showing some of the skill sets that he has, at running back as well.
So we will get a personal foul added to the end of that for a horse collar tackle. As he got to the 14-yard line, as a good hard run from Fought.
Should be half the distance to the goal here.
So that should move it to about the 7. And the officials talk about it here. And that is exactly what they'll do, is put it at the 7-yard line. So 1st and goal, Leopards at the 7. 9:06 left to go in the ballgame. It's 32-15 Leopards. And they're knocking on the door here, trying to get another one. Fought in the backfield as a running back. Twins left, Curry the lone receiver to the left, rather, Twins right. And looked like some confusion there, but.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Isaac opened the wrong way or if maybe Manuel went the wrong way, but either way, you make the best of a bad situation by putting your foot in the ground and going north.
Picked up 6 yards, got it to the 1, so he's 2nd and goal from the 1.
2nd goal on the 1.
Curry is the lone receiver left still. Aguero and Lawrence are split right. Torres will line up in the slot to the right. Fought in the backfield. Now Cameron goes under center. They're going to run the quarterback sneak, and he'll take it in for the touchdown from 1 yard out. Touchdown Leopards. Isaac Cameron from a yard out on the quarterback sneak.
I think in honor of October, possibly, Tug was taking the Mike Myers sort of running back stance there.
Leopards will line up to go for 2. Same formation. Cameron, high snap again, gives it to Fought. Fought's fighting his way, and he got to the end zone. A 2-point conversion for Tug Fought.
Good, tough runner. He's got the ability to do some things when he gets the football, and we've seen that kind of showcased here. And, aside from maybe we'll work on his running back stance a little bit, but I like what I'm seeing out of him.
40-15, Leopards, 8:15 left to go in the ball game. We'll send it over to Andrew, take a timeout. We're back with more live coverage of Leopard football presented by the American Exchange Bank after this timeout on KBLP Live.
If you have a hankering for the best barbecue in South Central Oklahoma, then get yourself down to the Meat Locker Barbecue in Lindsay. Every Monday, Thursday, and Friday, located just off of Highway 19, 106 Northwest 40. At the Meat Locker, we work hard to bring you the most consistent, delicious, slow-smoked barbecue around at a price that won't break the bank. And don't forget, we cater too, and we'd love to do the cooking for your next event. So come see us or give us a call at 405-428-1198 and visit our new website at meatlockerbbqok.com for the latest Meat Locker merchandise. We're proud to sponsor this broadcast of Lindsay Leopard Athletics and want to wish all the students, faculty, and staff a successful year.
Quickly give you some scoring updates because this is interesting. Little Axe leading Crossings Christian 22-13 in the 4th quarter. That one could be interesting. 62-0 Marlowe defeats Lexington tonight. Albright with the kick. It's taken in there by number 10, and he'll get to the 40, to the 45, and out near midfield. That is Kobe Booker on the return for the Comets.
Another good return there, kind of the same problem we had earlier, just losing our contain down here to the wide side of the field. So I'm sure that's something the coaches will harp on and film study this week, and probably even have a drill or two about that.
So 1st and 10, Dickson, they'll be right at midfield. Twins either side. Bond works from the shotgun. Booker and Maxwell are split right. Believe that it's Drain in the backfield with Bond. They'll give it to Drain, looking for something up the middle, and breaks a couple of tackles. Look out, he got to the edge, broke another tackle, tries to reverse his field, and he saw big number 8 running at him and decided he better go down. But
made a business decision there.
Yeah. But that was a huge play by De'Eric Drain, who went from right up to the middle and broke about 6 tackles on his way to pick up, 8 yards to the 42-yard line of the Leopards.
2nd and 2 for the Comets.
Bond calls for it. Drain still looking. Got stuffed in the backfield and could not get away that time. Aiden Beck grabbed a hold of a leg and hung on for dear life and waited till Kevin Hunter could get there to help him.
Another good defensive play there by Beck. It's good to see him. I know he's moved around a little bit, and I'm sure kind of a game plan deal with this week with what they do offensively, but he brings another element of speed and athleticism. Kind of got him in a linebacker position here, which is not typical, but he's playing well.
No gain on the play. He's going to bring up a 3rd down and 2. Back to pass, out in the flat, looking for a number 16. That is Taylon Reeves. Excuse me, Taylor. I can't read it. I don't have enough light up here. Taylor Reams. Incomplete. And that'll bring up now 4th down and 2.
I would think this would be a for sure go for it. Looks like that's exactly what they'll do. Running out of time at this point.
Got trips right as Drain has moved out of the backfield to the right. Twins left, Bond alone in the backfield. Back to pass, rolling right, looking way down the middle of the field for Drain and overthrew him. Oh, that's a bad flag. We're going to get another defensive pass interference called, this time on Eli Curry, and I disagree with that one completely. It wasn't catchable. It was not a good I don't think there was enough contact there for that to throw that flag.
No, uncatchable is not a rule in high school football, but in a situation like that, our defender is in the perfect position, running stride for stride, and that ball's behind him, so naturally there's going to be a little float, but he didn't impede his ability to catch that football whatsoever.
So they will mark it off against the Leopards, and they'll move the ball all the way down to the Lindsay 27-yard line. Andrew, in his scout class, learned how to make a lamp out of a bottle of water and a flashlight on his stone.
He's a handy fellow.
Once in a while. Back to pass is Bond. Rushed out of the pocket, steps up, now throws toward the end zone and out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. Yeah, we have no lights up here on top of this press box. But the only thing we have up here are air horns and a massive PA speaker.
When you go to a university such as Murray State College, those are things that you can learn from time to time. You just got to be a resourceful human being.
Gotcha.
Could have been a dorm light.
It could have been a dorm light.
That was probably before the age of cell phones, however.
Bond has two receivers either side. They'll give it to Drain, looking to the right side, cuts it up inside, and Tug Thought broke down perfectly.
Excellent.
And took him down.
That's just textbook there, breaking down, keeping square, keeping the shoulder square, and as you can see there, he brings the load defensively as well. Really good tackle. Great pursuit again.
3rd down and 10 now for the Comets. They're at the Leopard 27-yard line.
Gain of 1 on the play. It'll be 3rd and 9 for the Comets.
Actually give him 1 to the 26. So we'll call it 3rd and 9. Trips right, 2 receivers left. Back to pass, Bond. Again running for his life to the right. Looking downfield and had a man in the end zone. Did he get a leg down?
I believe he did.
They're going to say that, yes, they did.
Man, what a throw on the run. That's just, man, you talk about a tough defensive assignment. And, you know, we're in a comfortable position here, but that's just really, really difficult to defend.
Derek Drain, the receiver of that great pass. 27 yards for the score.
Upon further review, there may be some questioning as to whether or not he got his foot down, but I think you just have to have one in high school.
That's correct. They'll try an extra point kick this time, and it is good.
That is good for the extra point.
40-22.
Get the hands team ready. I would imagine we're going to see an onside kick here.
I would not doubt it with 5:44 left in the ball game. Let's take a timeout. We'll send it to Andrew. We'll come back right after this on KBLP Live.
Capturing all your special moments is such a blessing to me, from running down the ball field to walking down the aisle. Call or text Photography Blessings by Lacey for all your photography needs. 405-428-0305. Go Leopards and Leopardettes.
.544 left to go in the ball game. 40-22. The Leopards with an 18-point lead. And as the former coach, John Inman, had pointed out right before we went to break, you better have your hands team up front and be ready.
Has been. Get it right. Has been.
Because you're down 18 with 5:44 left. You need 3 scores. And would not be surprised at all to see an onside kick right here. And
looks like that's exactly what we'll get. And I would like to say, as the high school principal, it would probably not be appropriate for me to throw something at the air horn as it has been suggested to me by a well-known member of the Lindsay community.
The air horns have been.
If I could, I would, though.
Yeah, have been very, very dominant tonight.
I think they're making their way onto the broadcast as well.
Andrade does do the short onside kick, and it will, I don't know. I think they
got
did.
It. Get ready for the air horns. Get ready, Michael.
And guess who comes up with it? Number 17, the freshman. Wolf come up with it, and they get the onside kick, and it was really more just of a drive right up the middle of the field, and the Leopards just did not get on it, and they've got it at the Leopard 42-yard line. .541 left. Comets are not done. Twins either side, draining the backfield. Bond calls for it. Back to pass. Sees Torres coming at him. Got away from him. Now throws down the middle of the field, and it's tipped. I think McCulley got a hand on that one. It falls incomplete.
Tell you what, this is one of the better high school quarterbacks that I've seen, just as far as his playmaking ability. You know, when the play breaks down, that's where his strength comes in. And you talk about just maddening as a defensive coordinator, where you feel like you've got everything bottled up, and next thing you know, you've got a 30-yard gain down the field. Fortunately, he was off target there.
Yeah, and I saw that so many times in the film that I've watched on him, where that's when it gets bad, is it really becomes, and I think actually Andrew and I were talking before the broadcast tonight, backyard football.
Exactly.
It really just becomes, he's running for his life, and he's looking for the guys who are scrambling around down there, finding an opening in the defense, and he's finding them. And
well, he's such a running threat as well that you're constantly in conflict, because at some point in time you've got to come off your coverage to come up, and sometimes it's hard to tell where that line of scrimmage is if you're in the back end. So you do that too soon, he's going to drop it right over the top of your head, and obviously if you stay back, he's already proven that he can make plays with his legs.
First, it's going to be now second down and 10. The Leopard 41. Again, empty backfield for Bond. 3 right, 2 left. Back to pass. The Leopards bring the pressure, and he threw it in the direction of the number 10, Booker. It falls incomplete.
Some of the passes he's hit tonight, I wouldn't think that'd be one that he missed, but fortunately there he did, because he had him open.
So brings up a 3rd down and 10, Leopard 42-yard line. Stops the clock with 5:27 left to go. This time Drain moves into the backfield. They'll go twins either side. Bond calls for it. Again, it's pressured out of the pocket and throws it. It's caught. Drain, and then the Leopards do a great job of keeping him corralled after he makes the catch at the 36-yard line.
Exactly what we just talked about a second ago. He looks like he's fixing to tuck it and run, and the flat defender comes off his coverage, and he just takes a step back and throws it right over his head. It's just really, really frustrating. I've been that guy calling the defense when you just don't know what you can do to dial it up versus that athleticism and talent.
4th down and 5. They're at the Leopard 36-yard line. 4:43. Clock runs here left in the ball game. Empty backfield again for Bond. 3 left, 2 right. And timeout called by Coach Bryan as Dickson wants to talk about it here.
Timeout, Dickson.
Huge play here for our defense.
So we'll take a timeout with them. We'll come back after this. This is live coverage of Leopard football. It's presented by the American Exchange Bank on KBLP Live.
Do you have your Oklahoma medical marijuana card, or do you need your card? Rusty's can help you with that. We are your local vape shop and dispensary with more than 6 years of service as a modern smoke shop. Rusty's is located 1 block north of Cherokee Street at 204 Northwest 4th Street in Lindsay, and half a mile east of I-35 at 2401 West Grant Street in Pauls Valley. Get your stash at Rusty's.
For all your oil-filled electrical needs, call Michael Schrock with SOS Electrical. SOS is a family-owned business that specializes in oil-filled, industrial, and commercial electrical construction and maintenance. No job is too big, no job is too small. Give SOS a call at 1-405-428-1944 today. Good luck, Leopards!
4th down and 5. Dickson at the Leopard 36-yard line. Empty backfield for Baylor Bond. Back to pass, Bond. 3 rush to get through, run him out, and he had Booker. Would have had a 1st down because he was at the 21-yard line, but it falls incomplete, and the Leopards will take over on downs.
Well, we dodged a bullet there. He had him.
Definitely had that one. And
make no mistake, though, we'll take it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Those are the breaks you have to have.
Ringling and Belma tied.
So turnover on downs on Dickson after they got the onside kick after their score to make it 40-22, but the Leopards have it back now and look to try to run this final 4:29 off the clock and try to get out of here with a district win.
I'm going to guess we're going to see a steady dose of power and counter here and try to bleed this down, run a little 4-minute offense.
1st and 10 there on 36. Taylor in the backfield. Twins either side. Fought in motion right to left.
Stretching to the boundary, I bet.
And going to go the opposite way. The option play, the pitch back to Taylor, trying to get around Drain on the edge. He does. Pushes across the 40 and gets across the 45.
Got Taylor on the carry.
And
stayed in bounds, hopefully.
Hopefully.
On the stop.
See where they're going to mark him over there. And Taylor looks to be a little gimpy when he gets up. So Fott's going to move into the backfield. McCulley will check in at the wide receiver spot, and they'll mark him out. Actually, the clock still runs, so not out of bounds, but at the 47-yard line. Should be a 1st down with an 11-yard gain.
Interesting.
Yeah. And
there we go.
Flags fly as Cameron was shoved backwards there.
I don't know about you guys. I was a little bit nervous on that play. It just looked a little bit out of sorts with a kid that's not used to playing running back full time. And fortunately, the ball never left Isaac's hands, and we got a face mask here.
So they did not give him the 1st down. thought it should have been. But they will get the face mask, and that will give us the first down for sure and move the ball all the way down to the Dickson 41-yard line. Fought right up the middle, puts his head down across the 40. Got to the 39-yard line, picks up a couple.
Keegan Crouch by the stop.
And if it wasn't enough stuff to have to try to mess with up here, now the wind's decided to blow, and I'm trying to write on papers that are blowing around. With 3:12 left to go in the ball game, see if the Leopards can just keep this clock running here and take this 18-point lead in and put one in the win column.
Just a rough day at the office, isn't it, Greg?
Yeah,
I mean, just the sun was out earlier, and now it's windy, and my allergies are flaring up.
Thought, good move, breaks it to the
Great
right.
move, stay in bounds.
Got to the 35, cuts it back, gets to the 30, and still on his feet until he finally gets brought down about the 28-yard line. See exactly where they spotted here, but it should be more than enough for the first down. Give the Leopards enough fresh set of downs here.
We've seen a lot of versatility out of some of our players defensively in that they can play, inside linebacker, outside linebacker, safety. Tug's one of those guys offensively that brings a lot of versatility. He usually lines split up out at receiver, and he's proven tonight that he can line up at running back, and he's a tough load to tackle.
He'll stay in there at running back. They'll give it to him again. Again gets a nice move right up the middle. He's still on his feet as he gets across the 15. And where are they going to mark him down? Put it at the 13. Pick up a 15 more yards and a first down. Leopards on the move here to get the clock down to 2 minutes left in the ball game with an 18-point lead.
Should be bleeding this play clock down just about every snap now.
And again, Thought behind his back, lineman there, and gets down to the 9. Good patience there, just following his blocks.
Has some pretty good natural instincts there, and I'm sure he was told before he went out on the field that you make sure you secure the football. That's about the only thing that could be any sort of setback for us at this point. We're well in control. I'd like to see us finish this drive with the touchdown.
Absolutely. As it is, the Leopards will still get their 15 district points, which is huge. They'll stay with the Twins right, single receiver left, Fought in the backfield with Torres slot left. Give it back to Fought, waits for the block from Torres, and then got swarmed under. Might have got a yard to the 8, but that's about it. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 5.
Thought we might see some timeouts out of Dickson, just maybe trying to come up with something for district points, but it looks like they're going to be content to let this thing run out.
Yep. Down to 40 seconds on the clock. No indication here, and make you wonder if the Leopards might not just take a knee here.
Certainly could at this point if they're not going to take a timeout.
Play clock gets down to 12.
Looks like that's exactly what they're going to do.
Yep. They'll back up in that victory formation. And Cameron gets a bad snap but takes the knee, and that'll do it. The Lindsay Leopards will pick up their first district win of the season. They will improve to 4-1.
Not everybody was in agreement here, but that's the right call in that spot to limit your risks there.
Congratulations to the Lindsay Leopards.
Leopards pick up the 40-22 win. Again, they will go to 4-1 on the season. They are now 1-1 in district play. The Comets now drop to 2-3. They'll be 0-2 in district. And just to kind of go check really quickly before we go, a way to add up our officially unofficial stats, and we'll go look and see if they've updated any scores. Because Crossings and Little Axe, and it is 22-20. Little Axe by 2 in the 4th quarter. Apparently that game not over yet. We mentioned Washington with a big win over Marietta, 55-0, and Marlowe defeated the Lexington Bulldogs 62-0. So there are the other teams in our district. But that Little X Crossings game, we'll see if that one goes final before we get off the air here tonight. We'll check up on it. With that, let's send it back over to Andrew. We'll take a timeout to figure out our officially unofficial stats. Be back to wrap it up from Dickson right after this on KBLP Live.
American Exchange Bank, right here in Lindsay, is a locally owned and operated community bank that believes in just that. You, a community of fellow Leopards. We love our customers. We feel very grateful for each one. So if you are looking for a safe place to put your money, need help achieving that next dream project, or are simply looking for a different banking experience, give us a call at 405-756-3101. We look forward to serving you each day. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
Sooner Valve Repair in Lindsay would like to wish the Lindsay Leopards and Leopardettes all the best during this season. When in need of a valve repair, come by Sooner Valve Repair at 106 Southwest 9th Street in Lindsay, Oklahoma, or call 405-756-1599. Good luck, Leopards, from Sooner Valve Repair in Lindsay.
The team at Streamline Services contributes a great deal of their success to hard work, experience, and above all, a positive health and safety protocol. There is every reason they should be your next phone call for any of your oil and gas swabbing needs. Give Austin Smith a call today at 1-405-756-7763 to see how Streamline Services can help with your project while ensuring safety and professionalism without sacrificing quality work being done. Everyone at Streamline Services wishes the best of luck to everyone at Lindsay Public Schools this year. Go Leopards!
Tonight's broadcast of Lindsay Leopard Football brought to you in part by the Super C Mart, your hometown grocery store, offering everything you need to feed the family, including fresh produce and choice meats. Good luck to the Lindsay Leopard football team from your fans at the Super C Mart.
For over 68 years, Winans Funeral Home in Maysville, Oklahoma, has been serving families in the area during their greatest time of need, the loss of a loved one. We treat each family as if they were our own and consider it a true calling to minister to each and every family that calls upon us. We don't take caring for your loved one and your family lightly. Your care is important to us. Call on us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, where our staff can assist your family with immediate need with the loss of a loved one, pre-need arrangement planning, pre-need burial insurance, along with questions regarding funeral burial trust accounts, Veterans Administration, and Social Security benefits questions. Myself, John W. Williams, Teresa, and Claudia are well experienced in these areas and will be more than happy to assist you in any way we can. Winans Funeral Home in Maysville, where you are family.
The Aaron Springs Baptist Church is a proud supporter of the Lindsay Leopard football team and would like to invite you to join them for Sunday school at 9:30, Sunday morning worship services at 10:45, Sunday evenings at 6, and Wednesdays at 7. Good luck, Leopards, from everybody at Aaron Springs Baptist Church.
For all your construction needs, give Brad Taylor a call with B&S Construction at 1-405-428-0039. B&S Construction specializes in concrete pads, sidewalks, and metal buildings of all sizes. Call Brad today for a free estimate. The crew at B&S Construction would like to wish the Leopards a safe and successful season. Go Lindsay!
A friend is someone who knows where you came from. Someone who always shows up when you need them.
Hey, Ben.
Someone who's there for the good times and the challenging ones. With comprehensive insurance policies backed by award-winning customer service, Shelter Insurance is committed to being there when you need us most.
When the unexpected strikes, see Shelter Agent Caleb Smith in Lindsay.
T&W Tire is a family-owned, full-service commercial tire company. As a leader in auto repair, T&W is more than just tires. Our highly qualified mechanics can get you back on the road no matter what you drive. We also specialize in serving the tire needs of commercial fleets, oil and gas, construction equipment, and a variety of industrial applications. So for your automotive needs, look no further than T&W Tire, located at 410 Southeast 4th in Lindsay, Oklahoma, or look up one of our many locations on tnwtire.com.
Hey there, this is Trace Adams with Hassler Hot Oil Service. We are family owned and operated with over 25 years experience. I am a fourth generation Lindsay Leopard, and we proudly support Lindsay Leopards and Leopardettes athletically and academically in all their endeavors. Call my dad, Greg Adams, at 405-756-6075 for all of your hot oiler needs. Again, that's 405-756-6075. Go, Lindsay!
Legacy Roofing is a family-owned and operated business that serves Lindsay, Oklahoma and surrounding areas. We specialize in getting your home back to its best, whether it be annual wear and tear or storm damage. We don't just fix roofs, we take care of your home. Legacy Roofing, family-owned, community-focused, and always here for you. Call us today for a free estimate at 405-756-8855 and let us protect your home with the care it deserves.
Comets Insurance provides insurance coverage to best suit your needs. We offer auto, home, farm, life, and business policies. Come by 109 West Chickasaw or call 405-756-2253. Clements Insurance is carrying on the tradition to satisfy you. So come see me, Keith, or Beth. Go Lindsay.
Hope I can get my mic down here in front of my mouth. Back to wrap it up from Dickson. The Lindsay Leopards with the 40-22 win over the Dickson Comets, and the Leopards go to 3-1 on the season. 1-1 in district play. Dickson drops to 2-3 now. They are 0-2 now in district. And looking at our officially unofficial stats, brought to you by Grow and Behold Landscaping. Whether it's residential mowing and pest control or commercial landscaping, when it grows up, they show up. Call for your free quote. Make sure you mention KBLP. You'll get a 5% discount on your first service. Grow and Behold Landscaping, our sponsor for our officially unofficial stats. And we'll start with the Dickson Comets. And again, remember, these are completely unofficial. 24 carries on the ground tonight for the Comets, 102 yards, and they were led by De'Eric Drain, who had that long 47-yard touchdown run. Ended the night with 8 carries and 61 yards tonight for his lead the way for the Comets. 5 carries and 36 yards for Easton Peoples, and then Baylor Bond had 10 carries and a net of 10 yards tonight for the Comets. Through the air, Bond was just incredible. 12 of 24, 141 yards, had the 127-yard touchdown pass to Drain there in that second half, but 71 yards on 6 catches for Tequilon Maxwell, 39 on 2 catches for Tatum Wolf, and then Drain ended up with 3 catches for 31 yards on the night. But again, 12 receptions, 141 yards through the air for Baylor Bond, and he did have the 1 touchdown catch there tonight. For the Lindsay Leopards, they roll up 146 yards on the ground tonight on 36 rushing plays, and 13 carries, 87 yards, and 2 touchdowns tonight for Dutton Taylor on the ground. He also had, I think, all 4 of the Leopards' 2-point conversions tonight. 36 yards on 5 carries for Tug Fott as he came in there late, carried the ball for the Leopards and had 36 yards on the ground. Isaac Cameron had a tough night, had 9 carries tonight, but only had a net of 16 yards, had a couple of lost plays in there with some bad snaps and things happening, so not a good night for him. But again, 146 yards on the ground for the Leopards tonight. They end up with 95 through the air, and all of those came in the first half. I don't think the Leopards completed a pass, and I had them only attempting 1 there in the second half. The lead you've got, you're just trying to bleed the clock anyway. But unofficially, 3 of 8, 95 yards and 2 touchdowns tonight for actually, there was 2 completions. I now went back down and looked, and Rocker McCulley did have 2 catches there in that second half for 12 yards. So we're going to give him 3 catches for 88 yards. And I just messed up Andrew's all his numbers
hard work.
He just went to 95.
Just wad it up, throw it away.
Just throw it away. But anyway, that'll do. That'll be.
I'll give it back when I'm done.
When we get Andrew back on here, as his papers are flying around everywhere. The wind decided to pick up. We're trying to change headsets so he can give us his defensive stats, and it's things are just going south up here in a hurry. So let's do this. Andrew, why don't you talk about some of the defensive numbers here?
All right. John and I were trying to do a headset switcheroo, and it went awry. Let me start with Dickson's defense. Leading tacklers, first off, Henry Guest, 7.5 tackles tonight. He was a man-child. Let's see, Caleb Hollis, 5 tackles. Easton Peoples with 4. These 3 guys were all over the place tonight. Very good football players defensively. And also number 7, Maxwell, with 3.5 tackles. Rush defense, let me get down on the right line. 146 yards were allowed on 38 plays. That's 4 yards per rush. Passing, 95 yards on 11 plays for 8.6 yards per play. 241's total allowed on 49 plays, equates to 4.9 allowed by the Dickson defense. Penalties-wise, they were 6 for 57 yards. That's 7 yards coming from half the distance to the goal line. So for the Leopards, Dutton Taylor, the leading tackler tonight, with a whopping 8 tackles. He did a very fine job tonight. Also, Aiden Beck ended up with 5. He had a great night. Aiden Self, the freshman, coming in, making a showing. 4.5 tackles for that young man tonight. And let's see, Tug Fott, Will Lawrence, and Eli Curry each recording 3.5 tackles. Let me also mention forced fumbles by Isaac Cameron, Aiden Self, and Manny Aguero this evening. Tug Fott and Aiden Beck each recording a sack and a kick block by Beck. So pretty good night of defense tonight. To the rush defense, they held Dickson to 102 yards total rushing on 32 plays. That's 3.1 yards per rush. For passing defense, 141 yards allowed on 12 plays. That equates to 11.8 yards per play in total, 243 yards allowed on 44 plays, and that's 5.5 yards per play. Actually, these numbers for each team are extremely even. 143 yards allowed and 243 and 241 allowed by each. The passing and the rushing numbers a little flip-flop, and the yards per play we were 5.5 and 4.9. Super even tonight, so which is interesting. Penalties for the Leopards, they wound up with 7 penalties for 90 yards. A pretty good night by both teams. It was a good ball game.
And, hey, thank you for doing double duty tonight, too, with that.
My pleasure.
So with that, we're going to do another headset swap, and John Eamon and I will look at wrapping this thing up. But, again, the Leopards coming off of that loss last week, and we knew that they would be ready to come out here and pick up a win. And, I got a little concerned, John, I have to admit. They give away that opening kick for a touchdown, and I kind of went, oh, okay, maybe we looked past this team a little much. But, hey, the Leopards settled in right after that and took care of business.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think there's any part of that of looking past anyone, but certainly with the outcome last week and knowing how important this is as a district game, and wanting to start fast and, obviously that went against us immediately. And, good job by the Leopards by kind of rebounding there, and when some things didn't go their way, I think the early timeout by Coach Embry to make sure that he had their full attention and that Dickson had our full attention as well was well played, and kind of set the stage for things. And so credit to the Dickson football team. I thought they were they hung in there, they continued to fight and battle, and there were a few opportunities there where it really could have become lopsided, but they made the plays that they needed to when they needed to and kept kind of hanging around and battling.
Well, I tell you, and when you talk about this Dickson team, and we mentioned that Baylor Bond, again, was a move-in from Medill, and he's just a junior. I mean, outstanding ball player. But then you look at Easton Peoples, great running back. He's just a junior. Douglas Maxwell is a senior. But Douglas, Booker, Reams, Wolf, Wolf's outstanding, and he's just a freshman.
Wow.
So when you look at the quarterback play of Baylor Bond and the athletes that are around him, this team's going to do nothing but get better for Dickson.
Yeah, this is a quality football team that we played here tonight, and they made some plays defensively that, quite frankly, I did not expect them to make, and then offensively, I just talked about it in the broadcast. When you have a quarterback with that sort of skill set, that ability to run or throw, the escapability, he's smart, he takes care of the football, and as crazy as that may seem, he keeps it out of harm's way, even though he's running all around the field and dangling the ball and throwing it sidearm, but he puts it where it needs to be, and because of that and the good athletes that they have, they're going to be a tough team for people in our district to beat.
Well, I want to give some final scores here just to wrap some things up before we get out of here. But, hey, Blanchard came back and made a game of it. Bethany ends up defeating the Blanchard Lions 27-26. I wanted to make sure I check on that one. But we go back down and check on the Class 2A and look at our teams around here. And we talked about this one earlier. But Little Axe defeats Crossings Christian tonight 22-20. And so that's interesting, the way the Little Axe is climbing in here. They beat Lexington last week. Now they've beat Crossings. All of a sudden, that Week 9 game is looming pretty large right now. Yeah, so you got to keep an eye out for that. Marlow defeated Lexington tonight, 62-0. Of course, Washington took care of business over Marietta to 55-0, the final score in that one. So the Lexington Bulldogs will be in the house next week. We'll be back at Burford Field. It's homecoming next week, so we'll have homecoming festivities, and high school principal John Emmett might be able to tell me. I'm assuming that will be before the game?
Yes, sir. I believe 6:15. We'll have to confirm that, but I believe the festivities will begin at 6:15.
All right.
Softball will play. Well, we actually do not know yet. It's going to be either Wednesday and Thursday or Thursday and Friday, but we don't have our opponent matched up yet or the location. We think and hope and should probably be in Lindsay, but there's no guarantee until Monday afternoon.
Congratulations, by the way, Lindsay Leopard softball team, regional champs. And as John Emmons just pointed out, hopefully we'll get to host a Super Regional next week. And so keep tuned, and we'll keep you advised here on KBLP at 105.1 FM. Jason Wallenberg will keep you up to date with all of that. With that, we need to get out of here before they turn the lights out on us. Everybody's gone, but I think but us. So with that, John, thank you again for filling in for us tonight. Great job. And always appreciate you getting to visit with you on the air and bringing your insights.
I appreciate you guys asking me, and hopefully that I can bring something to this, and not just sound like a dumb old has-been up here. So.
The big thank you to John Emmons, Andrew Lyon on the live stream and the stats tonight, pulling double duty. Did a great job tonight. JD was working tonight too. He might not have been here, but he was keeping up some things for us as well. Keep an eye out on KBLPlive. You might see maybe a highlight reel coming out with Paige Sutherland putting together some highlights of tonight's game. So we'll do that. A big thank you to Paige as well, Jason Wallenberg, Kevin Scruggs, and Eric Bearden running the camera, and of course Glenn Shoemake, who was, I think, watching from a hospital bed somewhere. But, hey, Glenn, get well, buddy, and we miss you, and we hope things will get turned around for you as well. Keep Glenn in your prayers, if you would, please. And, of course, praying for JD, too, because he needs to get that arm back in shape. We need him back up here on the live stream. My name is Greg Perry. We need to get out of here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching our broadcast. We'll see you next Friday night over at Burford Field for homecoming against the Lexington Bulldogs. Until we see you then, remember, whatever you do, always be a good sport.
Too hot to mow? Too busy to mow? Don't sweat it. Grow and Behold Landscaping meets all your professional lawn care needs for residential and commercial properties. Licensed, insured, always dependable. Whether it's residential mowing and pest control or commercial landscaping, when it grows up, we show up. Call Grow and Behold Landscaping now for your free quote at 405-926-1492. Mention KBLP for a 5% discount on your first service.
American Exchange Bank, right here in Lindsay, is a locally owned and operated community bank that believes in just that, you, a community of fellow Leopards. We love our customers. We feel very grateful for each one. So if you are looking for a safe place to put your money, need help achieving that next dream project, or are simply looking for a different banking experience, give us a call at 405-756-3101. We look forward to serving you each day. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
Tonight's football broadcast is brought to you in part by the City of Lindsay, proud supporters of Lindsay Leopard football and all student endeavors at Lindsay Public Schools. Keep up with local information and events at cityoflindsay.com, which now offers easy online bill pay. Good luck to the Leopards this football season from the City of Lindsay.